All right, all right, all right. Welcome back to another episode of Had to Be There with Mommy Mike and Daddy Dirt. We are out on the deck today. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and we enjoy a cigar and have some Long Branch whiskey, courtesy of Matthew McConaughey. He personally gifted it to us, and we are very thankful, and it tasted delicious. Thanks, Matt. This episode, like all episodes, is brought to you by our media partner in crime, Furry Turkey. You can check out furryturkey.com for all the Had to Be There merchandise. This episode is also brought to you by boardatwork.shop, home of skateboard-inspired clothing. They have amazing hoodies, long sleeves, t-shirts, and even some cool hats. Go check it out for all your skateboarding apparel. And this episode is also brought to you by the Candy Collection. You can find the Candy Collection at furryturkey.com. Tattoo-inspired clothing. We're coming out with some, or rather I should say Daddy Dirt is coming out with some sugar skulls and some tattoo-inspired clothing. So it'll be really cool. Go check out furryturkey.com and boardatwork.shop for all the details. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoy it. And we'll see you soon. Peace.
Shut up and sit down.
Daddy Dirt and Mommy Mike present Had to Be There podcast.
Welcome back.
Welcome. What is this one? Is this number
This will be number 3.
number 3 of the official podcast?
Yeah. None of that bullshit Time Capsule Thursday shenanigans that happened before number 1 of the official podcast.
You mean, or after the podcast to end all podcasts?
Yeah, we recorded our last episode ever after recording our second episode ever, and this is our 3rd episode. So welcome back, Furry Turkey Tribe members. Welcome back. If you're not part of the tribe, you're part of the tribe. You don't even know it. Join the tribe. Furryturkey.com. Yeah. This cigar is making me a hype beast,
that was
dude.
a good
I'm wearing my hype beast T-shirt.
I was
got
kind of
my
relaxed
shades
after
on.
that song, and you got me all hyped now.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hype podcast, man.
This is a nice relaxing vibe, and then you got to get me all worked up.
I gotta hype out the hype machine, you know.
You already did get me worked up. What did you say before we even
I almost
came
put
out
on
here?
sunblock.
Almost put on sunblock, and we were sitting in complete shade.
I
Oh wait, and not SPF 5 because we're sitting in the shade. SPF 50.
No, it was 5. It was 05. You were reading it upside
You
down.
mean 5-0?
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
So you've already pissed me off for the day.
Yep. Well, that's my job, and now I'm the hype machine. Got to hype up the machine so the machine keeps rolling.
It's yeah. This is a different setting.
That sounded nice. JBL, best on-off sounds in the game, out of any piece of technology.
JBL probably the best speakers in the game.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yep.
Better
Better than the
Bluetooth
Bose
speakers.
321.
Yeah, better than the Bose 321 or the soundbar. I think the best Bluetooth speakers for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think I've ever had their headphones, but I'm sure they're legit.
Yeah, I think that I've heard really good things. I've never had them either.
Oh, just kidding. I have. I had those earpod ones. They suck
Oh, earpods always suck though.
because they don't connect.
I never. That's a new issue.
No, meaning like if you get too much interference, like if you're at the gym, because they were really new when they came out with them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were very new. So when they came out with them at the gym, if you get any interference, they cut in and out. So and the sometimes the headphones wouldn't like connect to each other.
I see.
It was super annoying.
Yeah, that's annoying. I bet they're like stereo, like studio headphones,
Mhm.
like over ear stuff. I bet JBL is really good.
Yeah. Like I remember my parents' old car had JBL speakers in it. So nice. I
feel like
really really nice.
I feel like all the old classic stereos were all JBL.
yeah,
Like all
probably.
the wood paneled with the felt covers.
That and Sony.
Yeah.
And they make all the like I think JBL makes a lot of professional like professional concert speakers, like the really big ones.
Probably,
I
dude.
think they make a lot of those.
Go GBL. None of that soundbar bullshit.
Sponsored this.
No,
podcast.
not soundbar. That's not what it is. We were thinking of Sonos. They have a soundbar.
Sonos soundbar, dude. There it is, the Sonos 321 system.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the Sonos 321
yeah,
system.
you were calling it Bose. You threw me off.
Oh yeah, it is the Sonos 321 system.
You were
Hey,
preaching lies all Friday night.
Still has how many cords? 3 cords to connect all of them. They're not Bluetooth speakers. They still have to connect by a cord, so that who cares?
Well, they're not wireless Bluetooth speakers.
Nah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
You
like,
don't have to plug your phone into them though.
yeah, I know, but they're not like
Well, and what's annoying is you can't. It's hard. You have to play everything through the Sonos app, so it's really not a Bluetooth speaker. It's all Wi-Fi.
yeah.
So you're on Wi-Fi, but you can't like go to YouTube and play a song on YouTube, or you can't just go to Spotify and play on Spotify. You have to do it all through the Sonos app. It's so annoying.
So dumb.
So like, because my parents have it, whenever I go over there, they're like, "Oh, you want to play some music?" I'm like, "No," because I have to download an app for it.
Yeah.
I can't just connect.
It's not like the Google Home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't just connect to some random person's Bluetooth and start jibber jabbering my
Yeah.
my punk rock away on it. You know.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Okay, so we talked about this a little bit on Friday, but since no one's ever gonna hear that, what? Tell me about your Memorial Day. Tell the viewers about your Memorial Day.
So I drank. I went to Caribou. Really wanted bagels. Actually, I really didn't care about getting Caribou coffee because it tastes like water.
You wanted a bagel and some butt pee.
Yeah. And so I went and got coffee. Had coffee for about 3 hours because I had to get first drink, which is really strong with all the flavors. Second drink, which is a little bit melted, and then third drink, which is basically all the ice is melted, but you still got a little coffee left. Okay, so I drank coffee for about 3 hours, and then I decided I wanted to do the Murph challenge, which, if people don't know, he was the team leader on Operation Red Wing that the movie Lone Survivor is based off of. So it's a big Memorial Day CrossFit tradition. I don't do CrossFit as like a normal workout, but I thought I wanted to do this because I know people have done it in the past that I know and have said it's fun and it's hard and whatever. So, and I was looking for something different to do that day. So it's a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 bodyweight squats, and then a mile at the end. You can do it partition, meaning you can split everything up, or you can do everything consecutively, which is harder. So the kicker is, like I said, for the CrossFit Games, and I haven't even looked this up, but for the CrossFit Games, the men have to wear a 30-pound, I think it's 30-pound weight jacket. I didn't do it with a weight jacket.
Yeah,
It's
you
my
said
first
your
time doing
below the belt weight vest on.
it. Yeah, which is, I mean, heavy enough
Yeah,
as it is.
a couple pounds.
Yeah.
Couple pounds, give or take. Here
Yeah,
or there.
so I had to duct tape that down before I started. And so I went over to this park because they have a pull-up bar and then everything else is body weight. So ran over to the park, did a mile, and then the pull-up bars were being used by people. So I did the
Assholes,
I
dude.
did.
How dare they? No,
I-
it was other people doing the workout though, wasn't
Mhm,
it? I think that's the coolest part of this whole story is that you just showed up to this random place and they were doing the damn thing. With
I
you.
kind of figured there was going to be some other people doing it too, especially with CrossFit gyms closed. You know, I figured like it's a big CrossFit's like a huge community, which I think is cool. I just don't have a desire to do those types of workouts yet. I think there's a couple things that would prohibit me from doing certain things, so that'd be frustrating from doing some of the lifts that they do. But I like some of the stuff that they do. So yeah, there was actually people I went to college with. I didn't know them super well, but I knew their faces. I think there was 3 of those people, and they had one other guy with them, and then there was 2 other guys that had just finished up before they had started theirs. That I don't think they knew who they were. They was just like a group of people. So I went over and did push-ups, kind of in a different area. So I started off with a mile run. I did the push-ups, and I did 20 reps, and I just did, and then I went up to 200, so 20 reps of 20. To get up to 200. Then I did, instead of doing squats.
You did 20 reps of 20?
20 sets of 20, sorry.
So you did 400 push-ups?
Oh, yeah, that is 400. Jesus. 100.
You did 10 sets of 20. I'll help you
10
out
sets of
there.
20.
I let
Jeez.
you struggle.
Why was I thinking about that last night?
I let
was
you
thinking
struggle.
about the math. Wow, it's been a long weekend, I guess. Long couple weeks. Okay, so yeah, I did 10 sets of 20, and then I did lunges instead of squats because I'm just not flexible enough and didn't feel like I was gonna get a good workout in if I did squats. So I did 150 lunges each leg, not consecutively.
No calf raises still.
No
part
calf
of any of
raises.
this?
No, I mean I got a little bit of calf workout in there, but no, it's pretty much thighs. Thighs and butt. And then I went over.
My two favorite parts on you.
You don't like my ankles?
Your ankles are third, but your thighs and butt for sure the first.
I do have some pretty nice ankles though.
And then your left pinky finger.
So then I went over and did the pull-ups at the end before doing the last mile, and the pull-ups were easily the hardest thing. I mean, doing everything before the pull-ups, I think, probably killed me, and I also didn't have water, and had drank coffee for 3 hours.
Yeah, so you dehydrated yourself.
Yeah. And I probably slammed like 2 glasses of water before I left, but that was not nearly enough. I don't think my mouth's ever been, like I said, I don't think my mouth's ever been drier. So
You need a hard candy, dude.
yeah. So I
Give
did
any throat
those,
lozenges on you?
and I probably did them. I think I did the first couple sets. I did like 10. I think maybe the first 3 sets I did 10, and then I had to break it down to 5 each set because I couldn't do more than 5.
Yeah. Pull-ups
And-
get so hard, too, because it's
Yeah.
just you're pulling up all your dead weight,
Yeah.
and when you're already sore, too,
Yep.
just brutal.
And I can't do
Brutal.
I can't do kips, so I was basically doing military pull-ups, just no body swinging. I had a body swing on some of them because I just couldn't keep pulling.
And were these on a vertical pull or horizontal pull, or
Excuse me?
what type of pull were you on? Just want to make sure, because you are talking about buying a strip club, starting Daddy Dirt's roadside service. What type of pull were you pulling on?
I was pulling on pulling on a horizontal pull.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so
wanna make
perpendicular
sure,
to
yeah.
the ground.
Didn't want you to confuse your two hobbies.
Yeah. No. We haven't. I mean, that's a completely different full body workout. You know what I mean? So I did that, and then I ran back home, the mile home. I mean, I've never been more sore under my arms ever. After doing any workout, I've never been that sore.
Just
My arms are still sore.
Walking around with like inflated lats the rest of the day.
You look like Conor McGregor with flexed lats all day. Like that's what it felt like. So yeah, I don't know. It was cool. I think I'm gonna try to do it. I think I'm gonna try to do it every month, like once a month, just
cool.
to like see how fast I can do it. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I did on Memorial Day.
I like it.
What'd you do? You just laid around?
Just later on.
I feel like we've been doing a lot of laying around just because we've been in quarantine and.
I ended up working for most of it because sometimes people just don't care that you have Monday off, you know? But what can you do?
Yeah, I worked in the morning too.
Can you do?
Yeah, I worked in the morning a little bit, but didn't have to work all day. But boys' weekend's coming up, so got that to look forward to.
It's going to be a long week.
Oh,
All the trepidation waiting for it.
I can't wait. I can't freaking wait.
It's I'm pumped. I feel like this is kind of the first boys' weekend where we got the whole crew going.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We got Big Dog coming, which
Yep.
Big Dog doesn't usually make an appearance.
I'd just like to point out too, no one's gonna be seeing this; they're just gonna be hearing it. But Daddy Dirt does have a small mic stand propped up on his belly right now. He looks like a pregnant woman eating a bowl of soup, balancing the bowl on the top of his belly, and he looks comfy as fuck.
Dude,
And
it's
I'm not ragging on him. I'm a little jealous because I have to sit here and hold this mic up myself. I
Dude.
can't rest it on my belly.
Dude, it's these fat tits, you know. I'm trying to get rid of them, and the gyms need to open. They need to open. Supposedly everything's supposed to open up tomorrow, or a majority of things.
Dude, I'm telling you, when the gym's open, I'm not going.
giving it up.
I'm giving it
good?
up for a while, dude. My gym is so dirty. I'm part of the reason you pay for a gym like that is for like the locker room and stuff. Locker room's disgusting.
Yeah.
No one's wiping down weights or anything. They clean that thing like twice a day, but they're not wiping down stuff. And you got all
You
these
think
old.
my gym's any cleaner?
No, but you have all these old people. I'm just saying it's like $20 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. But I'm not spending $100 plus a month on a gym membership where it's just gonna get you sick all the time.
That's already crazy to me that membership is that much.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like
No, and that's
it's not like
a
you're not
cheap one.
getting what you need, but
Yeah.
it's. I mean, that's expensive.
Well, that's for 2 people too.
Yeah.
But I want to take that money and just buy some more at-home workout equipment. Just flow through the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe pick it up for come flu season. Go back to the gym when it's cold and I don't want to be in the garage
Get
anymore.
your immune system
But I think
built up.
for the summer and stuff, I'm just gonna stay at home.
Yeah.
I like having some more flexibility. I've gotten a lot smaller, and you could probably look at me and don't even think that I lift weights anymore. But it's all about flexibility, my baby.
Yeah, if you're not worried about it, who cares?
I'm a little worried 'cause I don't want to buy all new T-shirts, so I got to start working out a little bit. But probably won't be going back to the gym anytime soon. These stogies are really good. I feel like I'm getting picked up weird on the second mic a little bit.
It's okay. We're still figuring it out.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you think about this Long Branch?
I think it's
Alright,
pretty
alright,
good.
alright.
It tastes like all right. It tastes like. It kind of tastes like a stronger Maker's Mark to me a little bit.
Yeah, a little smokier.
Mhm. Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to lay it all the way back if you don't want to.
How do you lock it up?
So push these things all the way up. There's 2. There's one on this side. There's like a little handle.
Oh,
It's right.
this way up?
Other push it out.
Like that?
Yep, there you go. And then there's another one on the other side. And it should lock you in. There you go.
Dude, I'm an all or nothing type of guy.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
There you go. Now you don't gotta fuck around with it.
There we go.
Um,
I was playing this balancing act. I sound a lot better too sitting over here.
yeah. What do you think of it?
I like it. It's good. It's a little bit more of a sipper than some of the other stuff we've been drinking. Where some of the stuff we drink goes down real
It's like
fast.
water.
Real
It's like
fast.
It's like water. Yeah, this stuff is definitely got a stronger flavor to
Well,
it.
that Japanese whiskey was
Water.
literally water.
Yeah, it's water. It doesn't taste like anything.
No, it tastes like a really good rich sake without the bubbles.
I
Not a
don't
big
even-
sake guy, but I didn't mind the Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Just went down too smooth.
I can't even remember what Japanese or what sake tastes like. If it's been so long since I've had it, I think
Yeah,
it's like rice, right? Kind of.
a little bit. Yeah, kind of like a rice vinegar almost.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Fermented rice.
Yeah.
Fermented.
If you had to take a shot of one thing, what would it be? I just fucking hate taking shots.
Patron.
Yeah,
For
I would say
sure.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like tequila shots.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna take anything, if I take a
Yeah.
vodka shot,
I'm
or
not sounding extra basic or anything, but silver tequila.
oh yeah, I would
Yeah,
do
or
brown,
Blanco
I
or
would do
whatever.
brown tequila.
No. Especially for shots. Sometimes a brown tequila is good if it's like a good tequila and you're sipping it, or in a cocktail. But silver tequila is where it's at for shots.
What's the difference? I don't think I've ever had brown tequila.
I think brown tequila is finished in barrels. So
Oh, just kidding. I have.
yeah. I mean, like
I'm a Long Island guy, so I've had brown tequila. Don't they put that in there?
probably I don't know.
Yeah.
You've probably had it other times too.
Yeah.
But I think it's finished in barrels, which gives it the color.
Oh, okay.
So it's got maybe a little bit more to it at times,
Okay.
but it's a lot more sugar too.
Oh, you know me.
Yeah.
Love that sugar. Should probably hop on the brown tequila train.
Yeah.
I saw did you see Proper 12's post on Instagram? Hey dude, are you bored?
Yeah, I'm tired, man.
Jeez. You didn't take a nap? You didn't take a nap in between 11 and
I haven't taken a
and-
nap.
Wait, 11 and 1:30 when you decided to come over? Hey, did you leave your place at 1:30 or did you get here at 1:30?
Well, you hung up on me. I was going to tell you at 1:28 when you called me that I was just leaving.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, I just left at
Oh,
1:30.
okay.
That's why I was trying to make it seem like, hey, I got to make a stop. I was trying to hide how late I was running.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh no, I'll just go with you. I was like, oh fuck, now I can't. Now there goes my excuse.
It's not that bad though. It's really like when you think about it, it's a pretty straight shot.
Oh yeah, it was
to get
30
here.
minutes.
Yeah,
Not
right,
bad.
Right.
20 minutes. I was like, oh, it'd be nice if it was only 20 minutes. I passed
Our old
Dick
place?
Lip's place, in your old place.
Oh yeah, his place is up probably
Yep.
20 from yours.
And I was like, oh, this would be nice. I was thinking if Lady gets the job out there, over by Dick
Yeah.
Lips, and then you guys move out to Plymouth, buy a townhouse and stuff. Not a bad commute for her, you know. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
man.
'Cause
I
you're
can't- Yeah, I
you're-
can't wait for that commute.
You're moving out,
Yeah, I can't wait for that commute.
moving out to the burbs,
Yeah,
dude.
that'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Can't wait for my 45-minute commute every day.
Hey, when was the last time you went into the office? You're working from home, my baby.
I'm not doing this forever. I can't. I'll lose my mind. But Proper 12 posted something about like a summer drink, and it was with Proper 12, lemonade, lemon juice, and red wine. But
Ooh,
the
like a sangria kind.
yeah, but the bowl was not red. Like the bowl that they showed, not red at all.
yeah,
It was. I mean, it sounds delicious.
yeah. We should make it.
Yeah, we should. It sounds really, really good. Maybe for boys' weekend.
Yeah,
get the boys
sounds great.
sipping.
Let's make a punch for boys' weekend.
Yeah, get the boys sipping.
Hey, I'll let you organize that. You can go, hey boys, I'm gonna get a punch going for all of us.
Well, it'd be the first. It wouldn't be the first thing you and I have organized for this boys' weekend.
It's not even happening, dude.
It's not. Oh, it's not happening. It's
Nope.
over.
It's not. It's over.
Oh, who made that decision?
Me, because we're planning it. So I just decided that's over.
All right, you should probably let everyone know then. Hey guys, we just decided on the podcast that boys' weekend's actually over. We're not doing it anymore. Jeez, dude, you need to start sucking on that cigar. You just like to let it sit. Oh, there you go.
I forgot about it.
Just get as much smoke as humanly possible.
I forgot about it. I like to get as much smoke in like 5 seconds as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and then I let it sit and ash out for a half hour, and then
Yeah.
I'll light it back up and get as much smoke back in my system.
My dad's buddy, he talks a lot, so his cigars go out at least 3 or 4 times while we're smoking a cigar.
Yeah,
And we're not smoking big ones either. It's hilarious.
smoking little splinters, dude.
Yeah, like these guys. Like these little babies.
Little nubbins. Yeah, that's enough for now. I'll
Yeah.
put it back, and then yep.
You don't want your tummy to hurt.
Oh, I don't want my tummy to hurt. What a beautiful day, though. We were talking about it. Minnesota summer today.
There's really not a whole lot better.
A lot of bullshit going on in the world right now, but
Mhm.
for right now, we can sit here and enjoy some sunshine and some nature
Yeah, it is
and
nice.
some whiskey.
It is nice. You know what I can't wait for is a shoot next weekend. It's when I start to itch
Yeah.
to start shooting
Mhm.
a little bit.
Do some clays.
Yeah. Hopefully, well, is old bitch gonna bring any other guns?
I don't know. I was talking to Tommy P about that though.
Are we gonna try to go up? Are we gonna try to go to the place that we've gone pheasant hunting at? Or are we gonna go up to the other
I
one?
think so. I think
Okay.
we'll just because I was talking to my Faja about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought that up. It's like we could go way up there and
Go to the rifle range.
and try to get memberships and stuff, and
Yeah.
but might just be easier for we can start drinking sooner if we just
Yeah.
go right next
Well,
door.
It's like a 45-minute drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just easier.
Plus all the fuck factor of trying to get a membership and
Yeah, you gotta go to over
Yeah.
to True Value and do
Mhm.
all that bullshit.
yeah, you got to prove yourself. You got to
Stupid.
prove your worth.
That's stupid. It is kind of weird though that they give you a key.
Yeah, that's just at the gate.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can get in if you're a member whenever
Yeah.
you want if it's not open.
Dude, that's up north. You just like, oh, just come on in.
Well, like when you even by your cabin where you drop off the
It's not my cabin.
yeah, whatever, your family's cabin.
parents'
Yeah, your
cabin.
family's cabin.
No, don't say family's cabin. It's my parents'
Hey, your
cabin.
family's cabin. Where you drop off your garbage and they just like honor system, you just pay $5.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yep. Just put it in the mailbox.
how many people do you think just drop it off and then leave?
Probably a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, like people who
And
don't
then there's
live
probably
out
for
there or
every
have cabins.
for every asshole that does that, there's probably another like nice person that throws in a 20 when they drop off a bag or something.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's what humanity does. It balances each other out. You're gonna have assholes. You're gonna have people that go above and beyond. And you're gonna have people that just kind of sit right at home in the middle, and that's fine too. You need all walks of life.
Oh, that was pretty insightful. Thank you for that.
I'm just really enthusiastic about sanitation and garbage pickup.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, your whole sanitization thing about the gym.
Yeah, man. I'm a clean freak now. I'm a germaphobe, and I'm not going back to any public place anytime soon, other than the liquor store.
At least your hands don't look chapped anymore. That was a little scary.
Dude, they still are. They're still so dry from washing them so much.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
don't
know
look
how-
as bad.
I don't know how Jergens stock isn't on the skyrocket mission to
It is.
Mars
Do you know
right
how
now because of everyone washing their hands
Do you know how
24/7.
much do you know how much those companies who are just making hand sanitizer are making?
I'm not talking about hand sanitizer. I'm talking about
Oh, lotion.
Yeah, because everyone's washing their hands so much, skin's getting dry. And that's I have open wounds on my hands now from washing them so much. That's how you get diseases.
You are kind of a dry human though. Like you are always using chapstick. Always.
Yeah, it's because I'm probably always dehydrated.
Probably.
Because I'm always hungover.
Yeah, you're probably always dehydrated, and your allergies don't help at all because it's trying to suck all the moisture away to just make sure that you don't have allergies, or your nose is always running.
You know what, dude? I had enough. You picked me apart Friday night. You're picking me apart today. I'm over this, man. Podcast's over. Friendship terminated. Business over. We're done, dude.
No one's gonna listen.
Pour
to
me
this.
another whiskey.
Hey, no one's gonna listen to this anyway. So who cares?
No one's listening to this right now. Nah, man, we're keeping uploading. Check Furry Turkey out on YouTube.
We've got 30 views on the 3 total videos we have up right now.
Yeah.
The first one has a lot.
Yeah, and we don't have 30 moms, so it's not just our moms watching anymore.
Yeah.
We have a few, but we don't have that many.
Yeah. Or they're just watching from they're just watching from 4 different things at the same time.
Yeah, it's just like Daddy Dirt's mom 1 at gmail.com, Daddy Dirt's mom 2 at gmail.com. Just racking up views.
This is uncomfortable to have these sunglasses on. These stupid headphones.
Our mics are going to smell so good after smoking these stogies.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. That's the crazy thing about cigar smoke. It literally lasts on everything. That's why I have one specific like pullover that I wear because I don't want everything to smell like smoke because that just smells like smoke at all
Dude,
times.
why does it linger around for so long? And
I
then
don't know.
other things that you smoke, it's just gone immediately. Gone
Probably
within
'cause
like
it's
a half hour.
Probably because it's so thick. I mean, the smoke is
Yeah.
just really, really thick.
That's true.
And it's got a really strong scent.
It's a lot of tobacco in there.
Yeah.
And it's wrapped in more tobacco.
Yeah. It's wrapped super tight. Yeah. I was gonna say something when my brother was on the podcast too. The cigars that he brought from Cuba, they don't press them. So
why didn't we talk about this with him?
Well, we did. No, we did. We
Oh, we
talked about
did?
how they dip them.
Sorry.
When they dip them in
Sorry.
honey. When they dip them in honey.
Oh, yeah. I
Remember
remember that? Yep.
So they dip the tip in honey, so kind of like it tastes like a wood tip.
Oh, yeah. I remember talking about this now.
But they don't press them, so you can smoke like. I think that day I smoked 3 of them, and it felt just as strong as one of these.
So it's just like a looser wrap.
There's looser wrap, yeah. So you can smoke more of it because you're not getting as much tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty. They're
Interesting.
really good. I like them, and they're really, really smooth.
That was really fun having him on. Let us know if you want Grandpa T back on for a follow-up episode.
That was really good.
I called that episode. It's going up tonight.
Yeah.
Grandpa T's Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. He did bring us through. He did bring us through that whole trip. That
was like my goal out of that podcast. I wanted to hear. I think he's got a lot more stories too under his belt.
Yeah.
But it was good to hear kind of just like a recap of some of the things that probably were just like real top of mind for him.
He's got some really good stories too.
We'll have to
about,
go
like
like
students.
I liked how you were kind of prompting him for like other stories and stuff too.
He's
'Cause
got some good stories about students.
You've
where-
probably heard them all. I want to hear all of them.
Yeah. There's some pretty funny ones. Where it's just like, you'd think college kids that are overseas, that are like, you're pretty secluded, right? I mean, they're staying at a place like in the jungle. So these kids just don't think, you're just not thinking. You're like, oh, I'm going to go, do a project and study abroad and I'm going to have fun while I'm doing it. And it's like, no, this isn't a place you want to mess around. Like with these snakes and all that shit.
Dude, those snakes ruined me.
Yeah.
I was seeing them for days.
Yeah. So creepy.
Fertilance, dude.
So creepy.
So creepy.
Have you ever looked at pictures of them too? Because I think what he said he shows, or what he was telling us is he shows a picture of Bear Grylls because one of his cameramen got bit by one, and it eats away at your flesh. So they showed his foot, and it's literally like you can see down to the muscle and the bone.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. No thanks.
No thanks.
No thanks.
Nope.
I had no desire to go there.
Nope.
I really wanted to go see him, and I thought it would have been a cool experience, but had zero desire to go there.
Yeah. I like being out in this nature. We're picking up some of the wind, but it's a nice, don't worry, people, we're not blown away in a tornado or anything. It's just a nice, cool summer breeze.
Dude, you should see it. Like at night, I think these people across the fence have a feeder for rabbits. There's at least 8 rabbits that just run underneath the fence and like
Seriously?
hang out around here. Yeah, but the crazy thing is one night you could hear. Have you ever heard a rabbit scream?
No.
Oh, it sounds like someone's being murdered.
Really?
Yes.
What was it screaming about?
Don't know. I think maybe a coyote got a hold of it or something. Something got a hold of it, and it was
In this little backyard here, this freaking like
well because if you go
Linda
back,
Jensen's backyard.
because if you go back that direction, there's a little bit more woods like right behind you. So it could have walked through someone's backyard.
Yeah,
It was so weird, super weird.
that's crazy. We used to have a couple bunnies underneath our deck, and then I think their hole got filled in with some like new rocks or something.
Yep.
And they haven't been back since.
Sad.
I know. I miss them. Now we should have freaking squirrels and chipmunks, which fine, but bunnies are way better.
Yeah.
we have so many birds, dude. Though we were laying out there last weekend, birds galore, just flocking around, feeder to feeder in the trees. I was laying up looking at that tree that hangs over our deck.
Yeah.
Just it's like we live like there's a busy street kind of like
Yeah.
traffic, houses all around. But when you're just like looking up, it kind of feels like an oasis. You can kind of check out, even though you're in a townhouse.
You're a big nature guy now.
I
huh?
am, man. I love just being outside,
Yeah.
warming my body like a lizard.
Just sit on that deck butt ass
Just
naked.
Gravity chair, just butt naked,
I can just picture you
and just sunbathing,
I
dude.
can just picture you moving out your deck furniture, like moving it into the garage just so you can lay on the deck butt ass naked and warm yourself on the wood. That's what I picture you doing in your mind when you're saying you're laying on the
That's
deck.
the
That's
dream.
what I picture.
I would like if it was ideally if it was up to me though, I'd lay like a panel of sheet metal on the deck and lay on that.
Oh, so it gets nice and scalding
Yeah.
hot,
Mm-hmm.
so you burn yourself.
Yep. Like
Yeah,
hey,
that sounds enjoyable.
hey, who's the asshole that would make children's slides out of that material? What? These?
I don't want your cigar.
Dude, so I was over at our friend's J Bone's parents' house for his birthday the other night. Had to stoke the flames a little bit. So I was drinking a Corona, and his dad came out with a Corona, and he like kind of like held it out like this to me, like that. Like what would you do if someone held this to you like that?
I'd probably grab it.
I grabbed it. He was trying to cheers me
Yeah,
with
yeah.
his beer. I grabbed it right out of his hand.
What did he say?
And I wasn't even done with my first beer
what
yet.
did he say?
He goes, oh, I was just trying to cheers you. I was like, oh, sorry, thought that was for me. I wasn't even done with my first beer yet, but I'm just like usually have 2 beers going at a time, so I thought he was trying to help me
Did
out.
you start drinking it? And he grabbed another one? Or you gave it back
No,
to
I
him?
gave it back to him. I licked it and then gave it back to him.
That's so fun. Did he so you fully grabbed it out of his hand. You grabbed it from him and he goes,
I didn't
just
take
trying
it
to-"
out of his
Oh,
hand.
okay.
It was kind of weird where we both holding on to it for a little bit.
That would have been so funny if he just lets go of it and he goes, I was just trying to cheers you.
Yeah, I guess you can have that one
yeah,
too.
I'll just go grab
Yeah,
another
dude,
one.
just take all our beer. One's not enough for you, buddy?
You leave and they go, your friend is fucking selfish. Why do you take that beer out of my hand? Oh, that is so funny. There's so many social things that can get so awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Especially with, like, brand new people. I was just
Yeah.
like, I didn't know how to, like, act. Because I couldn't really make a joke out of it. Because I'm like, I never know, like, how my jokes are going to land. I feel like people need to get to know me
Oh, yeah.
to
Yeah,
get my
yeah.
jokes.
Yep.
So apologies for all these podcast listeners that don't know me at all. They
That's
probably
so
think I'm
funny.
fucking idiot.
No, they probably think it's funny.
Hey, let us know in the comments if you think I'm funny.
Yeah, we're begging for comments.
Yeah, just
Please.
comment, dude.
Yeah, give us comments and tell us how disrespectful we are.
You know what? Just tell us what we can do better.
Yeah,
Let's
please.
just open the floodgates.
Yeah, give us a bunch
tell
of
us
insight.
tell us exactly what we're doing wrong and how we can get better.
And tell us what to talk about, actually.
Yeah. Do I need to get right in here? I feel super tinny. You're nice and crisp.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You sound perfect.
Maybe my ears are just fucked up.
I felt like that on Friday. I felt like I
Yeah.
couldn't hear myself.
Yeah.
Now I feel fine. But that was weird. I think I was getting a lot of echo from the closet behind me. It was
Oh, yeah,
open,
yeah.
So I think I was getting a lot
Maybe
of
that's
echo
what
from
I'm
that.
getting in one of these
Yeah, no,
crevices.
you sound fine, yeah. You sound fine to me.
I can't wait till we get a sound engineer, and they can just tell us like, nope, you're good.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We're never gonna have that.
It's like we're just gonna do it ourselves.
We might have our first intern on the line.
That's so awesome. That's actually so awesome that she wants to do it.
Yeah, I think we should put her to work.
Yeah, might as well.
She's got more equipment than we do.
Could she set up streaming, or not streaming, but could she set up video for us then?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Well, what I could set up the video. That's not the problem. It's just all the editing after the fact. It's a little bit more work than I bargained for. And what we're doing right now is pretty simple.
Yeah.
End video in. It wouldn't be too much more, but it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I have the stuff on my computer to do it.
Yeah,
But we'll figure it out. We'll grow into it.
We need an intern. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Just for the summer, see how it
Yeah.
goes.
You go. Well, I mean, we're not paying you, so.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
a free internship.
Yeah, and you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome for the experience.
How we go? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to run it past Daddy Dirt, but I mean, it should be fine since we're not paying you.
Worst interview ever.
Oh, can I be your intern? Yeah, you can. I'm gonna have to run it past our CFO though to make sure it's cool. But since we're not paying you, it should be fine.
Hey, I'm in our martinis. I'm making decisions. Hey, you want to be an intern?
Wait, did you ask her?
Yeah. Well, no, it came up because
Okay.
we were talking about what she was doing this summer, and I
Yeah.
was like, if you're not doing anything, you should just intern for us. Kinda like everything started as a joke,
And you could actually.
and she
put it
goes,
on,
"Oh, I wouldn't mind that."
and you could actually put it on your resume.
Yeah. We have a LinkedIn page, so you can connect to it.
our super active
Can
LinkedIn
you
page.
can you imagine like a future hiring manager calling us going, "Hey, like tell us a little bit about like what she did during her internship for you." I mean,
What
you want an honest answer or
What do you guys do?
who are you asking about? Never heard of her.
What do you guys do specifically? Well,
We're making a thing.
yeah. Do you really want to know?
We're making it a thing.
And
if you had to ask, so now you get to know. We're making it a thing.
And then once we start interns.com, then it's gonna blow up.
I would agree with that. That's gonna be what's gonna get to 1 billion, where you can then kill me, release the final podcast, and have everything your way. Because I know that's what your end goal in this is. You're gonna usurp me, you're gonna mutiny against me, and you're gonna take over, and
Jeez,
I'm gonna
dude.
and my
That's
me
aggressive.
me and
I
my
would never do
me
that.
and my lineage is gonna be left penniless.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
No, you would.
No,
You-
I couldn't.
No, look at you, dude. You're sitting there with the microphone rested on your belly, your gluttonous belly, and your your freaking heavy tits over there are supporting it, and that's what's gonna support your lineage is your heavy tits and your $1 billion from interns.com. But what you're gonna do
That's what a
is mutiny
businessman looks
against
like.
me, and you're gonna keep that microphone rest on your belly, and you're gonna kill me and my family and take all the money for yourself.
It's not a bad plot. It's not a bad plot.
I'm giving you ideas right now.
And then I'm gonna do a book about it.
Yeah. And you'll make another $1 billion off the book.
Well, glad
Gl-
you put that thought into my mind.
Yeah, I'm glad I set up your retirement fund for you
Yeah.
at the expense of me and my lineage. Me and my macaws
It's
that
okay.
I'm going to buy.
It's okay. I'll name my yacht after you.
I'm a crazy parrot man now. I'm buying parrots. Call me Jimmy Buffett because I'm buying parrots.
What's this whole bird fascination? I mean, I have one, but it's not with those types of birds. I'm more into like duck hunting, but no, I get what you're saying.
I have a couple of ducks in my yard too. But a macaw? Well, outlive me. It's the perfect lineage. I think it's coming from Aristocats because I watched that last weekend, and she leaves all her fortunes to her cats, and I feel like that's the smart answer. Just leave it to animals.
That's exactly what I said. I said, well, I mean, since I'm not having kids, I'm just going to leave it to the dogs.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with it? I don't know. They're going to get sweet toys.
Yeah.
They're going to get as many toys as they want.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
You know what I thought about that would be really fun? It'd be a lot of work, but what would be really fun is to breed dogs. I think it'd be really fun.
Okay, why do we have to keep bringing up sex with animals on this podcast?
See, you brought it there.
Two episodes in a row.
I'm not going to breed with them. I'm going to have them breed and get puppies, you dumbass.
That would be fun. That's what we were saying the other day. We should get 2 dogs and have puppies with them.
And make a.
But the problem is we want 2 male dogs. We got to figure that out. I still think the turkey baster, shake it up and roll the dice, see who wins, and just have puppies. I feel like
no. My brother and I talked about this. There are some animals that are asexual, so they can have kids. So males can have kids because they're female.
Like a seahorse?
Something.
Yeah. Not
right?
dogs, dude.
I know. Hey, dude.
Okay,
you know
let's
you know how many crossbreeds they've made? They could make a dog asexual so it can have its own kids.
Let's breed seahorses then.
Have you ever seen a seahorse in real life?
Uh-huh.
The craziest thing.
Dude, how do they swim? They're dragons. They're little dragons. They're little water dragons.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Where are they? Like, where do they live? Not, I know in the ocean, but like where?
I think like in coral reefs for the
Really?
most part. And like probably like like coral reefs or like those like in Finding Nemo, the sea anemone or whatever.
So like where Lemmy lives?
Yeah. Yep. Lemmy lives under the water in a coral reef.
Yep.
Platypus are real.
They're only found in like one specific spot in the world, right?
I think it's like Australia or something.
Something like that. Dude, Australia. I was listening to a podcast. It was probably Joe's podcast. They were saying that there's more people in LA than there is in all of Australia.
Seriously?
I think so.
That's
I think
insane.
they were saying that, yeah.
There's too many people in LA, if that's the case.
Yeah, that is insane.
You got to be living on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
What about New York? Because there's got to be more people in New York than LA, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's easily more people in New York, but they were just saying LA, I think, as a reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty... they were saying that... Did you know that, I think I'm saying this accurately. The Dallas airport, the Dallas-Fort Worth airport, covers the same square miles as the city of Manhattan. Downtown New York. Yep. Yeah, the city of Manhattan.
The Dallas airport covers more ground.
Covers the same. The same square acreage as the city of Manhattan, I'm pretty sure.
That's insane. New York's so tall of a city.
Yeah.
Like they
Everything's
literally
built
just
up.
live on top of each other.
Have you seen some of those new residential buildings? They're the tallest buildings in the world, and they're the tallest buildings in New York, and they're huge.
Where do they build them?
Like right on, like there's one that's put up or almost fully built that's right on the edge of Central Park. And it's just an existing plot of land, but then they just built it straight up. So that building that used to be there before, probably 30 stories or whatever. Some of these buildings are like hundreds of stories. It's insane. And they just keep building them. I don't know how many more people like you can fit into a city. You might have to do it with a lighter. Might have too much wind. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know like how many more people you can fit into a city. It's crazy.
We're doing so well until this wind picked up.
Well, maybe you gotta keep, staying vigilant. Suck on that guy a little bit longer. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
like
I'm
how
back.
many-
Yeah, I'm back. Woo! I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Like, how many more people do you think they can fit into New York? They just get
7.
They just get rid of all those
7.
old buildings and they just start building skyscrapers of housing, of apartments and condos. It's wild.
How do they not have skyways?
Because everything's so close, right? I mean, you don't have to walk that far to get outside. Think about how complex that would be if they had to build skyways onto every building.
That's true.
Because it's so condensed and it's so blocked that they'd have to build them over every single road. I mean, it'd be so complicated.
Yeah. That's pretty cool that Minneapolis has skyways.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's so nice. You never have to walk outside in the winter.
Mm-mm.
You ever walk into one of those skyways and you just immediately start sweating?
Yeah, they're either
Too hot or too
air's
cold.
off
Yeah.
or the air is cranked up to 98 degrees.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, is Nick Lachey in here? Because it's 98 degrees.
Whatever happened to Nick Lachey?
Put a pin in Jessica's ass and walked away. That's an Eminem song.
Oh, wow. I was going to say that was really aggressive.
No, I don't know. I think him and Jessica Simpson got divorced, and he's probably
Fell off the map.
He's probably 99 degrees right now.
It fell off the map.
But good dude.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
For sure, really good guy. Probably cheated on Jessica Simpson. Good guy, though, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I used to be obsessed with Jessica Simpson.
Why?
She had that show on MTV.
With Nick Lachey?
I don't know. It was pretty much like keeping up with Jessica Simpson before Kardashians were a thing, you know? What was it called? And then her sister, Ashley Simpson, had that show with Ryan Cabrera.
Weren't they married?
They're at least dating.
That ruins relationships.
Shows?
Yeah, ruins relationships.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey were married. But
Yeah, I know.
Ashley Simpson and Ryan Cabrera, I think, were just dating.
Okay, ruins relationships.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Can you imagine being on TV all the time?
No. You can't have any real conversations
No.
on TV.
My wife watched this show called, like...
I thought you were going to say my wife wants to be on a show together.
Yeah, we're actually filming our own reality TV show of us at home watching Hulu every night.
It's the furry term.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like you couldn't do it with normal people because we don't have interesting enough lives.
No, let's do like a Big Brother weekend where it's like we turn a cabin weekend with couples into like a game show where we just vote people off, ruin all their friendships.
We isolate people and they have to go sleep on the island if they get kicked off. They have to go out to the island and sleep there.
But dude, she watches the show like the Chrisleys Believe It or Not.
Yes.
No, not Chrisleys Believe It or Not. What am
Chris-
I thinking? But it's like
Chrisleys. Yeah,
Chrisleys.
the Chrisleys.
Dude.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, Chrisleys Believe It or Not. It's a dumb show, but you get sucked into it.
Keeping Up with the Chrisleys, I think.
It's just
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
It's just chasing the Chrisleys around or something. I don't know.
Chasing them around.
But it's this fucking like rich Southern family. The
Yeah.
guy's done real estate, and they just like it's literally just their life, and it reminds me of my family fighting just all the time, just nonstop.
I was gonna say
Just
they should just
there's
do one,
always got to be some element of drama.
They should do They should do Your Mom and Dad.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of fascinating insights there for people to capture. They'd get me coming over every once in a while, just stirring the pot.
Just making waves whenever.
Oh,
you
the
come
prodigal
over.
son returns.
Yeah, making waves whenever you come
Yeah.
over. They go,
Just stirring
and then
the
you actually
pot.
see them, and they go, "Oh, Michael's coming over for dinner tonight. Let's get ready."
Let's get ready for the fuck factor. But I was watching this walk downstairs and it was on, and there was this restaurant scene where this like daughter and her boyfriend or husband were walking in. The most unnatural thing. They had to sit down in the middle of this restaurant. You know, there was like people strategically placed around them, but then a camera crew was like taking up 18 of the tables. So it was just like no one in there's actually having a real dinner.
Yeah,
Just the fakest shit ever.
it's so awkward. Too.
Yeah, it's like like imagine if it was a reality TV show and you just walked in, you're having dinner at this place, and this blonde ass family walks in with 18 cameras and a camera crew, and they're like, "Oh yeah, videotape us having a conversation over dinner in public." Get out of here!
Yeah, that's
Get
so
out of
weird.
town.
That's
You're
so
crazy.
weird. That's so weird to think about because you're right. I mean, they can't have normal people because then they have to get waivers from every single person
Yeah,
saying,
well,
"Hey, yeah, I'm okay with being on this
You
show."
you get someone, they sit down next to me and they start filming. I'm gonna start talking to them.
Oh, I'm gonna do something weird.
Hey.
Yeah.
Why are you guys all so blonde? And I'll start stirring the pot for them.
Are you,
That's my goal. I want to be an extra on a reality TV show.
did you see the guy on Barstool I think I talked about this before. The guy on Barstool who
Jeff
sent
Portney.
no.
I was listening to a podcast and the guy didn't know. He forgot his name and he goes, "Oh yeah, that Barstool guy. Like, what's his name? Like, Jeff Portney." And the co-host was like, "You mean Dave?
You mean Dave Portnoy?" There's a guy at Barstool who sent a note to NBC saying like, "Hey, I'd really like to be on The Bachelor. I'd really like to be on The Bachelor. Like, can I just be the baggage guy so when they tell somebody they're going home, I can roll out their luggage?"
Yes, that's the dream.
So he got on the show.
Seriously?
Yes, and he's literally, all he does is he stands in the room, they tell the person they're going home, and then what he does is he gets their luggage, he wheels it to the door for them to pick up, and then just stands there.
Dude, that's the dream.
And that's it.
That's the dream.
So awesome. It was so funny.
Just baggage boy.
And they flew him out for 24 hours.
Well, and think about it.
That's all they did.
Perfect rebound job. You're walking girls out that just got dumped. He's getting every single one of their numbers.
No.
Hey, sorry. Hey, your bags are really heavy, but look how strong I am. I'm so sorry you got dumped, but you know, if you need a little pick me up before you head over to the airport, here's my number.
Isn't it crazy to think that people get famous off of being on that show? Like the men and women that are on that show, they either go
Who?
they go on to do like
Who?
not and I don't mean like A-list famous. I mean like they go on to do other things, like they go on another show or the network really likes them, so they get whatever.
Well, that's what's wrong with that show. Oh, one of the things. It's just for
one of many things.
A lot of people. It's just like an extended tryout to be a reality TV star.
Yeah. So then they just keep like, remember the stuff that was on MTV? Like it never stopped. Some of those people did those competition shows for like 10 years.
Yeah, or like Road Rules and Big Brother and
they made so
Survivor is still a show.
No.
Yeah. Newest season, New York City, Corona. No, I seriously think it is. I still think it's a show.
How many seasons have they done?
18.
No, more than that.
No, I don't know.
Or like The Amazing Race, remember that show?
Yeah, that was a good show. That
Yeah.
didn't go on for all that long.
Yeah,
though.
I thought
it
that
went
show
on
was
for a
pretty
while though, I guess, for as long as TV shows are considered.
It's crazy to think how long some shows have gone. Like ER went for however many seasons.
That show
Friends,
rips. George Clooney. Oh,
Friends went on forever.
George Clooney was in Friends too. Oh, so good.
Was he in Law and Order?
Yeah, he was a lawyer in that one. So good.
George Clooney just made his money doing a lot of different things.
Dude, you got to tell me if I already told you this, but we got to talk about it.
Probably not, so go ahead.
I was on a Zoom call for work.
Yeah.
And this person wasn't on mute. It was like the start of a call. It was like,
oh, you told me that.
Yeah. What did I say it on the podcast?
You might have.
Yeah. The Law and Order's SVU, like, do, or dun, 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 like, whatever plays at the end of it.
Do.
Yeah, that. Played, like, on someone's, like, conference call. I was like, oh, so you're clearly watching really fucked up daytime TV while on a meeting?
Yeah, it was
who can watch
you said
Law
it was
and
a
Order?
customer.
Yeah, who can watch Law and Order SVU while working?
Sociopath, dude.
Just, pass the time.
A sociopath.
Just watch the time. If I got to run reports, might as well watch people get murdered and sexually abused and go to court for it.
Have you watched the new series called Filthy Money, and the first season is about Jeffrey Epstein?
No. Is that the Jeffrey Epstein doc that's out, or is it a different one?
It's called Filthy Rich.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so weird, dude. He's so... yeah. And all the people that helped him get out of getting arrested the first time, so fucked up. They made deals for him to not actually get arrested in Florida and all this stuff. I mean,
I just inhaled, so I'm gonna have to go throw up.
Yeah, it felt good, didn't it?
Yeah, I actually have to pee.
No,
Should I just go off the deck, or
you can't go pee.
I'm gonna pee on your gravity chair then?
You can't go.
Fine, I'll hold it. You need an outdoor bathroom out here, though, like I have.
Like a little toilet?
Yep, you need an outdoor bathroom. That's what I'm telling you.
Like one of those little kid toilets that just holds in all the stuff that's in the little...
Yeah.
How gross is that?
Hey, go get me a bedpan.
How gross is that, though? That they used to have little toilets that were plastic.
Had it.
And kids would sit on... Yeah, kids would sit on them, and then the stuff just stays in there. It's not hooked up to a plumbing system. Yeah. So gross.
It doesn't just stay in there, though.
Where does it go then?
Your mom's got to dump it out in the
Well,
toilet.
yeah, no shit.
You
but
can't just leave it in there and let a magical fairy wipe it away.
I know, but I'm saying that that's gross that was even a thing. That's just to get kids to like train to go on the toilet. So gross.
Yeah, because they make toilets too big.
Yeah, they do need to make them
Yeah.
shorter.
Your ass wasn't always that thick. You probably fell in until you were 7.
Dude,
You
I just
probably
wore,
need a little booster
nah,
seat.
man. I just wore whatever those little underwears were. I just wore diapers forever.
Pull-ups.
Yeah, I just wore pull-ups. Who
I
cares?
pooped standing up till I was 8.
Yeah.
Just let it run down your leg.
Yeah, you just had it all over your
Hey,
butt and your legs.
Hey, what would Einstein want? Gravity to do its job.
Yeah, interesting way to put it, but you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
That's probably what Einstein was thinking when he came up with the theory of gravity.
I was running some numbers. I don't know if Einstein had it right.
Oh, please enlighten me. Please enlighten me.
No, I'm just joking.
I was really hoping we were going somewhere with
No, dude, you can't even do 2 times 20, and I could barely help you. We're not going into E=mc squared.
that. And I could barely help you. I was sitting you were sitting here overdoing the long division while I was trying to do a multiplication
I was like,
problem.
wait, that just seems 2 2s and what? Carry the 7. No, dude, I think you had that wrong. I think it was 20 by 10. I'm sitting over using the matchsticks to do math.
Pouring them all out of the box and counting them.
You're gonna have a bunch of half matchsticks. I'm trying to do fractions. They'll burn for 3 seconds because Michael needed to learn how to do fractions. But I mean, Mommy Mike never said math is a strong suit, so
No. You're more of a creative.
no, I'm kind of stuck in between. I'm not really good at either one, so I just kind of float in the middle.
You'll figure it out someday.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Nope. Don't tell me what I'm gonna do. I probably won't ever figure it out. I just want to exist in the upside down world.
I still haven't finished.
You have to finish it, man.
Still haven't finished.
Everyone dies. So you got to be ready for season 4. It's a whole new cast. You have a lot of learning to do.
You go. It's kind of like Ozark. You're like, oh, how is this show gonna end? Or like, how is it gonna keep going? Everybody dies, and you're like, oh, well, it's got to be over, right? And then they go, nope, we're doing a new season with a whole new cast.
All new kids. We're back to the 60s now.
It happened in a different part of the country, and just nobody knew about
Yeah,
it. It was all happening.
Now season 4 is gonna be the Russian viewpoint of it.
You know what needs to come out?
I literally just tinkled my pants a little bit.
You know what's gonna need to come out?
I'm dripping.
Okay, you can go to the bathroom in a second.
Okay.
After we talk about this, you know what they need to come out with at Target? Because Target has the best shirts. Shirts about that show, whatever I'm thinking of.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
They already have it. They have a
Haven't
bunch
seen
of them.
Haven't seen them.
That roast beef shirt I have.
I only see the Goonies. That's all I see.
That roast beef shirt I have.
Yeah.
That's a Stranger Things shirt.
Roast beef.
That orange one with the cow on it.
Yeah, what does that have to do with Stranger Things?
Rusty wore it in one of the episodes.
See, that's too.
No, I love it because I saw it in the episode and I go, oh, I'm going to make that shirt and just recreate it because it's like, no way. And where the hell are you going to find that shirt?
Yeah.
The next day I was at Target, walked by, there's the shirt.
Dude, Target's got the best shirts.
They have a ton of Stranger Things ones too.
Really?
Yeah.
I just haven't seen them then. Or I just don't like. I'm super particular about the material they're made out of. So, we've talked about this.
Well, and maybe you were watching it a little late too, because they only had it during when that 3rd season was like kind of new and popular.
It's crazy to think how popular that show is because I'm not big into like sci-fi stuff at all, and I love that show.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
because it's not too heavy on the sci-fi. Like the sci-fi is like the ambience of it, but the real story is about the kids and
Yeah,
stuff and
yeah.
relationships and adventures, and they can plug and play with the different monsters or situations or whatever.
It's like the modern day Goonies.
Yeah.
Just more sci-fi.
That's why everyone loves it, I think, because
Yeah.
Goonies was so good. It's kind of a throwback to that, especially when they had Sean Astin in
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like that. You can tell like my wife didn't grew up on like a lot of those like 80s movies and stuff for TV shows. Like for some reason I get a lot of references. Like I didn't watch a lot of them, but I've heard enough about them or watched enough stuff that's talked about that time period where like I get a lot of the references. They have so many like hidden Easter eggs of like referencing different shows at the time or having different actors in there that were part of like big 80s TV shows and stuff or 80s movies, and like the Sean Astin thing, but not like everyone kind of knows Sean Astin from the Goonies, or I mean, I'm sure some people are like, "Oh, Rudy's in there."
Yeah.
I thought he died returning that kick. He's back.
He's back. Fuck yeah, Rudy's in this.
Yeah, Rudy. Go Irish.
But that's what people remember. I mean, yeah, you knew he was in the Goonies, but like you remember him for being in Rudy.
Yeah, or The Hobbit.
Yeah, that's true.
Or not The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. All right, you want to go to the bathroom?
Now I don't really have to go anymore.
Yeah, see?
No, I should probably go.
You just got to fight through the pain.
I'll have to go at some point.
You got to fight through the pain.
I'll have to go at some point. How long are we into this?
I don't know.
Because I don't want to feel like too big of a mess. But if we're an hour in, I'm going pee. Oh, hour 5. I'm going.
Oh, you hit your time limit. Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, dude.
Hey, thanks.
That was a big fuck
that's
you.
Why that's why I have to buy 70 pairs of sunglasses because you're always messing them up. Hey, thanks, man.
I just straight up knocked him off the table.
It's okay.
All right, I'm gonna pause
They'll
this.
survive.
Pause this, bitch, because you probably won't monologue with the crew.
No, I won't. I hate it.
Oh yeah, I'm a gymnast.
That was interesting to watch you get into that chair.
Oh, I'm so flexible, dude.
That makes me happy that you did it that way, though.
Yeah.
I get real anal about these chairs because Lady likes to try to break them every time she gets out of it.
Oh yeah, you
so-
would have been real upset if I put my feet in the middle and tried to stand on it.
Yeah, stand on it. That would have made me happy.
Dude, so many cords.
There's a...
Why isn't this stuff cordless yet?
It will be eventually.
The lack of cordless technology in this world is somewhat infuriating me. And everything looks a little bit brighter right now. Did the sun just come out?
But
Or is your house just that dark? And by house, I mean apartment.
Yeah, it's just that dark.
Yep.
The crazy thing is that, I forget what I was going to say.
What's crazy about it? Tell me. Tell me what's crazy about it.
I don't remember. I tend to do that quite a bit. Lose my train of thought. You ever walked into a room and forgot why you were there?
Yeah. Every day.
Dude, quit messing with them.
No,
They sounded good.
Yours is perfect. Mine's a little light. Right there. I think that's good. There we go. I just want to be heard, man. I just want to make sure that my Mommy Mike's message is getting out to the people. I like having a crisp, no pop, because we got the pop filters on there. Don't look at me like that. You're pissing me off. I'm going to put my sunglasses back on because I realize that's why I think it's so dark out here, because I have my sunglasses on. Now that I see the brightness and I see your eyes and you're looking at me, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And it's pissing me off, so I'm going to put the shades back on, dude.
The best sunglasses you ever bought?
100%. Heatwave Visuals.
We could easily partner with them.
Maybe.
They'd love us.
Maybe they're one of our 6 listeners.
Probably. They're just waiting for a spot.
Yeah, they're like, oh, when do we want to do our ads? Want to have them do it at the beginning when no one's listening, or do them at the end when no one's listening?
When they lose all their followers at the end.
We're only going to get sponsors for our last podcast episode.
We go, just to let you know, guys, this is the best podcast of all time. People are going to be referring to this podcast for years to come.
Yeah, we call that a referry turkey. Hey, are you a referable referry turkey?
That was tough. There's a fight on this weekend, isn't there?
This coming weekend?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did Woodley win?
Nope. Sucked the bag.
Did you watch it?
Yep. Terrible.
Did he do the same shit he's done now because he's scared of getting hit?
No, he looked slightly better than he did against Usman. Like, he looked more into it. He landed some good punches, but dude, Gilbert Burns I think it says more about how good Gilbert Burns is than how maybe a step back Woodley's taken.
Yep.
Because Woodley he for sure still has some power.
Right.
His movement just wasn't really there. Gilbert Burns and I think I like to think about it as Gilbert Burns just being that dominant, where he just stole the show, dude.
Really?
5 rounds of fury and didn't back down. Like the last 10 seconds, he was still walking forward, willing to take punches from Woodley and still throwing it down at
Did
him.
it take the?
Yeah, like he didn't take the easy way out ever.
Did it stay up the whole fight?
No, it was on the ground quite a bit, but it
Yeah.
was ground and pound on the ground. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't ever like boring on the ground.
Yeah.
Woodley got cracked with a uppercut, and then got down on the ground, and then got some elbows on it over one of his eyes, and he had a deep gash. Somehow his cut man, and that was the first round. His cut man did such a good job of it. It
Closed
didn't.
it up.
Dude, it was like Nate Diaz
Like above
level
the eyebrow.
cut above the eyebrow,
Yeah.
deep gash, never bled again,
Wow.
and it was bleeding like crazy in the first round.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty impressive what those guys can do. It's basically like they're putting a stitch on it, and if they can get it to stop bleeding, it's wild how they do that.
Mm-hmm. He just like shoved like a tampon in there,
What do you think they do when you get to
like
the
no joke, like a legit cotton swab.
Yeah, they
like
stick it
this
on there.
thick,
Yeah, they stick it
and
on there and
just,
then
like-
put wax on it.
Yeah.
Do you think when they get to the hospital and they have to get it like stitched up or they get it closed up, the doctor they have to clean out all that wax that's in there?
Yeah, they probably have to flush it out with like hydrocodone or whatever.
Oh, a painkiller? Oh, they have to flush. Hey, they have to flush it out with a painkiller.
No, what's that stuff called?
Hydro. Now you got me all messed up. Hydrocodone.
Rubbing alcohol, essentially.
Yeah. Hydrochloric acid. That's what it is.
I'm not willing to commit to that.
Yeah, it's hydrochloric acid.
Let us know.
That was tough.
Let us know who's right.
Hydrocodone. Yeah, just a nice liquid narcotic.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just rinse it out.
let us know who's right on this
yeah,
one.
wow. That was good. Yeah, I'm not super surprised. I mean, I didn't watch any of the fight, but I'm not super surprised after watching Woodley the last fight with Usman. It was kind of like,
Dude, I was rooting for Woodley. I thought he was going to come back kind of with a vengeance, and he just got clipped early in that first round, and I think
it's because he's been out too long.
I don't know. I think these guys have just gotten really good.
Yeah.
And he was champion for so long.
Yep.
It almost feels like the game's kind of passed him up, and he
Yeah.
just hasn't been able to evolve with it.
Yeah, the game's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Who's this weekend? There's good fights, aren't
Amanda
there?
Nunes, Felicia Spencer,
Yep.
Sugar Sean is
Oh,
fighting.
yeah.
Cody Garbrandt fighting, and I think he's fighting at 125. I think he's going down a weight class.
I can't wait to see him fight again. I love watching him
And
fight. Hopefully he doesn't go. Dude, you know what he needs to do? Take a playbook. Take a page out of Justin Gaethje's playbook
mhm.
and just throw big shots like he always does, but then not panic when he gets hit.
Yeah, he goes. If he gets clipped, he goes into like straight brawler mode.
Yeah.
And it's not calculated at all. Where even
No.
like when Gaethje was like brawling,
Yeah.
it wasn't like not calculated. He just kind of like exerted himself almost.
yeah.
Whereas like Garbrandt just like wails.
Yeah. Yeah, he just starts swinging.
But I think he's at 125.
I
And
think
then
you're right.
one of the really good fights, it's kind of middle of the card, Aljamain Sterling versus
Yep.
Corey Sandhagen.
Yep.
And that's going to be really
Sterling's that long, lanky guy, right?
good.
Is he tall?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. And he's kind of lanky. He's not thick. He's not a thick dude.
No,
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and then Sandhagen's out of Colorado. He trains with like I think with Gaethje's team a little bit, where
Okay.
he's out of he knows. I think he trains with some of the guys that Brendan Schaub came up with.
Okay.
So I don't know if those are the same guys that Gaethje's training with, but I know Schaub has like some connection to the Gaethje's coach too.
Do you think training in? Because I've heard this before. I can't remember. What I was
Training in
listening to.
altitude
Yeah. Do you
doesn't
think,
hurt, but I've heard training at sea level and then resting in altitude is almost the better option.
See, I think it would be the reverse, right? Training in altitude and then resting at sea level because you have more oxygen, so the oxygen is getting into your body.
Yeah, but you're actually in high altitude. Your body's producing more red blood cells, so for recovery,
Okay, yep,
it's
right.
better.
Huh. Yeah, I was that's what
And
I was
then
getting
you get to push yourself to like your fullest if you go down to sea level because you have full air capacity,
and, you have more
and then
red
you
blood cells.
recover
Yep.
at high altitude, and your body's producing way more blood cells when it's in active recovery. And then you can every time you go back down to sea level, you're like essentially like a legal EPO if you do it right.
Yeah, right. Huh. Interesting.
I'm a scientist, so take my word for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably totally wrong.
But that's what I heard on Joe Rogan once.
yeah,
so.
I'm gonna stick with my theory, and we'll leave yours to that.
What a good deck sesh, dude. You never want me to come over here, but I forced myself to come over here.
Yeah, it was nice.
We broke curfew Friday night.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a little interesting. Driving through cities that no cars are on the side roads. But, I mean, we were doing a podcast. I had to get out, ash that, and then do it. There. I should be good.
What? So it was like just empty when you're driving back? Because it wasn't even that late. It was like 11 o'clock.
No, it
And
wasn't.
curfew started at like 8?
No, it wasn't. It was like 12:30.
Yeah.
It was,
I mean, that's late, I guess.
so the roads, so there was plenty of like semi-trucks, but on the side roads, like you get off the highway, pretty much nobody. I mean, there wasn't zero cars, but there wasn't like people out driving. It was kind of weird. It's really bizarre. I mean, there was even people out. I mean,
That
there
sounds strange.
was even people out driving yesterday. I mean, when you saw downtown Minneapolis, I mean, there were still some people driving, but yeah, it was pretty dead.
Crazy world we're living in right now.
Well, and did you see in other cities now that stuff was getting burned?
Yeah, saw Seattle. They had some riots.
Yeah.
Atlanta, they had some riots.
New York.
L.A.
New York was really bad. I saw some crazy videos from New York of like people getting into the face of these cops as they're walking down the street, and the cop just full shoving this girl down to the ground, and
I
she
saw
smacked her
that.
head on the ground.
I saw that. Dude, it's fucking crazy. Why does it, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't necessarily
It's like,
wanna get into it, but
Yeah. It's just frustrating to see, like, it all started with hate, but it's just leading to more and more hate. And I think there's a lot of love happening under the surface, but the media just focuses on all the aggressive violence, and that just breeds more of it, in my opinion, where it's like there's so many good, peaceful protesters that are there for the right reasons and saying the right things. It's like, let's have them take the lead and not let these, like, external groups come in and cause all this chaos. Let's listen to the actual people in the communities. And I know in Minneapolis there were some rioters that first couple nights, but then all these people flew in from out of state that weren't a part of it.
that's somewhat inaccurate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know how they said that they arrested people only out?
Yeah, I heard that was fake. Yeah. That was fake
I think part of that narrative's right. Just trying to weed through what the media is telling you. Is some of that's accurate, right? There are some people that came from out of state and just wanted to cause chaos. But I also don't think that was absent from people from Minnesota that were doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a blurred line of people doing it with the right intention and trying to make something better, even though they're causing chaos and destruction to do that.
Yep.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's another group of people that are just taking advantage of the situation to cause chaos for the sake of chaos.
Yep. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with it, 'cause it's never directly impacted me, but
Just want everyone to fucking just get along.
well, dude, I mean, you see the narrative on the media, and like you're saying, they're focused on the negativity. Like the headlines this morning were showing the destruction that took place the days before yesterday, and it was all about cleaning up after multiple days of fires and rioting in Minneapolis, when the narrative could have been very, very successful night of nonviolent protests and police police
Monetization or
police monitoring.
yeah.
They could have focused on that, right? They could have
Mhm.
said very successful night of curfew and nonviolent protests. They totally
Mhm.
could have focused on that, but they wanted to focus on all the fires and destruction that took place. Yeah, that definitely needs to be focused on, but the media doesn't need to help fuel that fire.
Yeah. Literally. No pun intended.
Yeah, but to get people's attention, that's what they focus on. It's just
Yeah.
it doesn't help. It doesn't help the situation at all.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Hope everyone's staying safe and
Yeah.
just try to spread positivity. I think that's all you can do at this
Yeah.
rate. Everyone. I feel like some people are feeling helpless, where they feel like they need to do something, and doesn't have to be anything big.
Yeah.
Just go, smile and say hi to someone. Go give someone a hug. Just I don't know. Just be positive.
Like that prime example, that guy in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He pushed his cart. So we were out at Hy-Vee, and we're driving through the parking lot and we're just waiting to get to a parking spot, and this guy pushes his cart pretty much across the entire lane to push his cart into one of those little cart holders in the parking lot, and pushed it so far that it looked like maybe it was going to miss and hit a car, but it hit the side rail and then went right in the cart spot. And he looks at us and just points at us. He looks at us, he goes, "That was pretty good, wasn't it?" We both just started laughing like, "Yeah, dude, we were kind of scared it was going to hit that car." It's like stuff like that where, like, in a time like this, and it was a black dude, and it was a time like this where, I don't think that's bad to say, it's in a time like this where it's like, no, I think there's so much tension between races. There is.
Yeah, that interaction would happen
Yeah.
regardless of what's going on, but just
Yeah.
like it's nice to have that type of interaction.
It's so lighthearted.
Especially
Yeah.
a day like today where all this bullshit's going on, where it's
Yeah.
like, if you get down to it and you're in a room with 5 people, more than likely you're all going to get along, and if
Yeah.
you don't, it's going to be a pretty peaceful disagreement.
Yeah.
It's when more and more people get together where
Yeah.
it's just you get strong opinions, and it's just this bullshit happens. But at the end of the day, like, we're all people, we're all humans.
Yeah.
We just need to all just remember that.
Yeah. And kind of like living in some of those moments where it's like, all right, let's, like, a lighthearted situation.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to say anything else. We didn't have to say anything to him. It was just like a lighthearted
Yeah, it was
situation.
a funny thing, and it was
Yeah.
like awesome, like
Yeah.
cool trick, and
It was fun. Yeah,
yeah.
it was just funny. Because you don't, and you look at the polar opposite of things that are happening downtown.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's not happening. That's not happening downtown.
Yeah.
There's no lighthearted situation happening down there.
No.
Uh,
We're fortunate where
crazy.
we're not in the thick of it,
Yeah.
where we kind of have the opportunity to
Yeah.
have an experience like that, and
Yeah.
we can sit out here on our deck and have a glass of whiskey and
Yeah. Sit
do a
and talk about
podcast.
it.
But it's I think there's like people. I don't know.
Well, you have all these.
There's people saying, well, if you're not saying anything, you're part of the problem. It's like, well, just because you have a voice doesn't mean that you have to use it. And there's a lot of platforms that exist for a lot of different reasons. And I think like this, one thing that I think we've always wanted to do is just make people laugh, make people's day a little bit better. So we're not going to sit here and focus on the negativity of everything. We'll maybe touch on it if we're thinking about it like we just did, but we're going to keep doing our thing, and hopefully this, can brighten someone's day or get them through a work day or something. And
Yeah.
I feel like just because you have a voice or a social media account doesn't mean that you have to use it to post specific things about every single situation going on in the world.
Right. Well, and I think too, what we've tried to do is see other perspectives. We
Yeah.
have the luxury of being able to do this and, like you're saying, sit on a deck and drink a glass of whiskey and talk about it, because we can't just not say anything. I don't think we can just not say anything, but taking nobody's side and just
Yeah.
saying we can understand both perspectives.
Because that's where I think, and it's not just us staying balanced or in the middle to stay in the middle and
No,
not piss
no, no,
anyone
no.
off. I truly think that's kind of where we're at
Yeah.
and where we want this podcast to be, is like, we're dumb shits.
Yeah.
We don't know two shits about
Right.
nothing.
Right.
So don't come to this for your news or your opinion articles or whatever.
Because we're not going to take a side.
No.
And-
We're pretty like middle of the road people,
Yeah.
where I do there's sides to everything, and I think all of this started with violence and it escalated to more violence.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, eventually the violence is going to have to stop, and it has to stop all around. It can't just be one party.
side, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and you have a lot of armchair experts.
Yep.
We're by no means that.
Nope.
And everybody who's trying to act
We're
like
not pretending to be.
Yeah, and everybody who's trying to act like that, just stop.
Yeah.
Because you're not helping.
Yeah.
You're just hurting the situation because you're trying to take a side and you're trying
Yeah.
to say something to
And
bring light to a bad situation, or tell people that
Yeah.
what they're doing is wrong.
Yep.
You don't know though.
Yeah.
You don't
Well,
know.
and if there's a difference between having an opinion in something and using your platform to share that. If that's what you want to do, that's 100% you're right. Go for it. I support you 100%. But to tell people who aren't using their platform for that they are essentially terrible people,
Yeah.
that's wrong too. It's this compliance mentality where it's like if people aren't complying with and acting the exact way that you think everyone should be acting,
Right.
they're terrible people. Where it's
Yeah.
like, no, there's humanity is a spectrum, and people are going to use their voices and their platforms for different things at different times.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean that they're terrible people or that they don't care, or that they're not doing anything to support it. Maybe
Yeah.
they're just not posting about it.
Well, and people just show it in a different way. People share in a different way. Like
Yep.
you're saying,
Yep.
it's a whole spectrum.
Yeah.
Everybody
What's-
shares in a different way.
What kind of, and I hate to even like say this because it's just kind of skepticism and negativity, but it's like people that are just posting stuff, posting quotes or posting motivational things, and this is just in general. It doesn't have to be specific to what's going on in the world, but just people that are just posting stuff to post, almost like it feels like they're almost putting a check in the box, like, oh, I'm in the clear for today. Like I've seen people post like, oh,
if you're not saying something, you're complicit.
If you're not saying something, you're complicit. And then their very next post is like bragging about a sweatshirt that they bought from a podcast that they listened to.
Right.
And it's like, well, okay, so you like got that post out of your way, so now you feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
and now you can go on about your life.
Yeah.
Like, it just shouldn't be a compliance thing where it's like, oh, everyone has to do this now.
Yeah.
It's like, just because you're not posting something doesn't mean that you're not thinking about it and you're not doing something not on social media. You can be donating, you can be helping your community, you can be even just the smallest acts of kindness help right now.
Right.
And they help all the time. And it's all you can do is control what you can control and what you're putting out in the world, whether that's money or posts or opinions or support and other donations, food donations or whatever, or just donating your time. But all you can do is control what you can put out there. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing.
Do you think it was put into do you think some of this situation was put into somewhat of a pressure cooker because of the coronavirus situation too? Meaning people have been
Maybe.
stuck inside. People want their voice to be heard. I think there's been plenty of opinions about how coronavirus has been handled in different states.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, I think there's
things that are amplified because of it.
people are seeing a trend. I feel like a year ago, 2 years ago, over the last like 5 years or so, we've been seeing these quote unquote woke people. They're like trying to spread wokeness of just being aware of different situations.
Yeah.
Take that how you want. And woke is sometimes a bad term, sometimes a good term.
Yep.
But I feel like it was like a very small subset of people that were quote unquote woke and is woke about very specific things or whatever. I feel like what Corona's done and what the COVID lockdown and stuff has done, and what these riots and police brutality has brought on, it is really waking. It's not that woke mentality where people are on social media doing these, kind of social justice type deals. People are now, because of the government interaction with COVID and the police brutality with everything that's going on right now, it's just people are really, I think, waking up to the fact that the government has a lot of power, and that's not always good. The government's been telling people what to do a lot more since Corona's come around, and I think so to your point, I feel like people are waking up that the people in charge don't always have your best interests at heart, and I think Corona shed a light on that in a big way. And this police brutality that's been going on and has kind of come to a head in the last week. It's been going on forever. It's been going on since the start of time, essentially. Yeah. That police have been abusing power, especially in America, abusing power with minorities.
Yeah.
People are, finally waking up to the real causes of it. Maybe it's because they're at home.
Yeah.
Whereas the news doesn't have a lot else to focus on, so everyone's getting this. And I feel like this is the good stuff that people need to be hearing about, is seeing that police brutality and seeing that. And I think in a normal news cycle where the whole world's going on and everything's changing every 30 seconds, the media doesn't focus on that as much as they should.
Yeah, and I think the hard thing too is you see the police brutality, and it's the police finding the balance between, and the society understanding that police officers and policemen and policewomen needs to exist because of things like rioting, not peacefully protesting, but things like rioting. They need to exist, but to what level?
Yeah.
To what level do they need to exist?
What sucks is that, like, I feel like the police brutality is kind of like a small form of the militarization of the police force.
Yep.
And what the riots have done has just escalated that need for the police force to militarize even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like the police should not be militarized, and we should not be militarizing cities against the people protesting. But the riots lead to that having like the National Guard come in and interact.
Well, think about this.
Intervene.
This is one of the craziest things I thought about last night when we were just watching some of the stuff that the news was covering, and having the National Guard come in and think about this, civilian soldiers not fighting, but civilian soldiers having to restore some peace against other civilians.
Mm-hmm.
You think
it's very weird.
Think they ever thought that they would have to do that?
No.
They thought they were going to have to be protecting other civilians from outside forces, not civilians from civilians.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to think about.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. And
I don't know enough about it to like talk about it for a long time. I just hope people can do whatever they feel they need to do to provide support to the people that need support right now.
Yep. Yeah,
and do it in a peaceful way, and do it, just do whatever you can. And doesn't have to be anything big, but just be more, just spread some positivity. Go spread some love.
And this is a horrible way for this stuff to come to light. A horrible situation for this stuff to come to light, but it needed to. Desperately it needed to.
Sometimes things need to get worse before they get better, and I think sometimes you need to, like in therapeutic things a lot, like even like shamanic ceremonies or just therapy or whatever. You need to purge. You need to like get stuff out of your system.
Yeah.
Just on a personal level, you need to get stuff out of your system.
Yeah.
To get to that next phase of existence or consciousness or mindfulness of, I need to get this shit out of me, and then we can move forward, and I can be a better person once this is out of me. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here with society. I
hope so.
It's chaos. We're purging a little bit right now. There's a lot of hate going on, and it's stemmed from violence.
Yep.
And I think it's one of those situations where it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. But I think it getting worse is opening the eyes of a lot of people to how bad it really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that as bad as things have gone the last week, especially the last like few days, I'm hoping that people can come out of this and we're gonna be a better society because of it. And if not, then we have all failed.
Mm.
But I'm still hopeful that we can come together after all this and make it a better place, make the world a better place, make America a better place, and just be able to come together a little bit more than we ever have been. Really, I feel like the media and politics do a really good job of dividing people, and I think a lot more people are seeing the bullshit of that happening. And we just need to put that aside and just know that we're all people, and we just need to come together.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, but this
has been going on forever.
Yeah,
like you're saying, this has been going on forever, so it's way easier said than done.
That's the only hope right now, is that things are bad right now, and maybe it's got to get a little bit worse. But hopefully we can find a light at the end of the tunnel and come out on top as a country on this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what the next. Years. This is gonna take years to hold for everybody. Yeah, it's
on top of all the economic stuff that's going on with the COVID, everything. It's
a pressure cooker.
Dude, I've been saying this since the start of 2020. No one likes being 20 years old. You can't do shit. You can't drink. You can't go to bars. You can't gamble. Can't go to Vegas.
Yeah.
2020 had way too much hype about it.
Yeah.
There was hype beasts all over. Oh, 4th of July's on a Saturday, St. Patrick's Day's on a Tuesday, and every Christmas is on a Saturday. Every holiday's on weekends. It's gonna be barn burner, Halloween Friday. Woo! Way too much hype, dude. Way too much hype. 2021 is where it's at. No one likes being 20. Let's get through this year, come out on top as a country and as society and as a humanity. 2021 is gonna rip, man. We're gonna be 21. We're gonna be ripping shots left and right every weekend.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's probably a good way to leave that. 2020 is gonna be shitty. 2021 is gonna rip.
We'll make the most of it, but
Yeah.
it's a growing year for the world.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, I have plenty to say, but
Hey, you know what?
you've said enough.
You're cute, man. Sorry, I dominated. I went on a monologue there.
Yeah, I know.
I got
you
my
did.
soapbox.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, do I have suds coming on my ass? Because I'm sitting on a soapbox right now.
Yeah, that was good. No, I like to let you
What
go
the fuck is a
sometimes.
soapbox? Does that come from like people standing in like Times Square in like the 1800s, standing on a box of soap, preaching their stuff?
I don't know. I do know that bars of soap still come in boxes, so don't know what that has anything to do with.
Yeah, how's your
being in a
Irish Spring
soapbox.
supply looking?
So nice.
I noticed that your toothbrush was in the shit zone in the shower. How dare you?
What do you mean?
Your toothbrush is right by the faucet and the loofahs.
Okay.
That's in the shit zone.
Yeah. Well,
If you get
yeah.
food poisoning again, you could you could end up spraying
Don't wish that
spraying
upon
some,
me.
spraying some caribou on your toothbrush, dude.
Don't wish that upon me. Is it weird
Dude,
that I? Is
Dude,
it weird
hey,
that I do?
spraying some caribou?
Is it weird that I do the weekend before boys weekend? I try to be so careful to try to not get sick.
Yeah.
When I know something's coming up, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna
Yep.
eat kind of plain food.
Well, because we're not gonna sleep, we're gonna drink,
Yeah.
we're gonna like I want to be pooping Saturday, Sunday morning, so I feel I have a fresh belly
Yeah.
for beer.
Yeah.
Whereas like I feel like a lot of boys' weekends, I'll go in, not have enough fiber, I get a little bit constipated, I get dehydrated.
Yeah.
By Sunday, I'm a corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel this. It's so weird. Or when I know I have something coming up, I'm like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat kind of bland food. I'm gonna make sure everything's well cooked. I'm not gonna get food poisoning. I'm gonna, try to stay healthy, get a lot of sleep,
Yeah.
so that boys' weekend I can just let it rip.
So do we go over to old bitch's house, or do we make him meet us halfway and we leave from P-Town?
Probably leave at P-Town because it's way more
Yeah,
convenient to
go
leave from there.
go up 69 and then go home Culver's.
Yeah, I'm in.
We can't not have Culver's on the first boys.
Might
weekend.
have a new truck by then.
Yeah, tell me about this.
I don't know.
every time we go up north, you go, oh, buying a truck, oh,
Dude,
buying a
I
Jeep, oh,
just-
buying a Tahoe, oh, buying a truck.
Dude, I got a
Hey,
problem.
When are you actually gonna do
I
it
have
so
a
that we have a
problem.
boys' weekend machine?
I have a problem. I don't know. I don't know. I talked to them yesterday. They're closed today. It was going through inspection on Saturday, so I'm hoping by tomorrow to be ready so I can go test drive it, and then I'll get everything set so that I can go pick it up on a Wednesday if I have to, cuz Tuesday I can't.
What kind of truck is it?
Dodge Ram.
Okay,
It's got really
I
low
lo-
miles.
I like Rams, dude.
So it's
they're clean looking on the inside.
And it's
What year is it?
It's 2016. It has under 30,000 miles on it. And
4-door.
4-door.
Full
crew
cab?
cab. Crew
Crew
cab.
cab?
Yep, crew cab. It's the color. I don't love the color, but there's a couple of things that I already know that I would do to it. It's dark black green. It's called black green.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And then it's got a bunch of chrome stuff on it, so I'll probably leave that. But what I'm going to end up doing is if
What
I
is
get
this?
it.
2001
What?
Chrome?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. It's just too much. The whole front bumper's chrome. So what I would probably end up doing with it is next year, like in the spring, when I would have to buy tires or something. I'm assuming they're not going to give me brand new tires. If I have to get new tires, get rims, get black rims and tires for it.
That'd be cool.
So then because I don't love that color with all the chrome stuff on it, but if I can get rims on it, I think I'd like it.
It sounds kind of like almost like an iridescent purple color.
No,
with
it's
that,
like
with that black green though, where
yeah.
like it looks black.
Yep.
But then like in the right light,
Yep.
you'll see like speckles of green.
Yeah, it's really hard to get an angle where you can see the green, but
Yeah.
once you see it, yeah.
That's what I like with not on a truck obviously, but like on a sports car.
Yeah.
That dark purple.
Yep, looks really cool. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to go into this like it's not the perfect car. Like I need to make sure that everything's good on it. It's got good ratings and stuff. Whereas like when I went in with the Jeep, I was just so blind to like wanting to have a Jeep that I just bought a car that's proven to not be reliable. You have to ash it probably. Proven to not be reliable. Proven to, like break and all this stuff. So yeah, I didn't do my research, but I've done my research on this one, so I'm hoping that's a nice truck. If it's not the end of the world. I like my car now, but it would be nice to have a truck.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a truck. I've always wanted a truck. I just have had bad luck with the Jeep. I wanted an SUV and then had bad luck with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to SUV someday.
Yeah. I like it. It's just more roomy. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I like the sportiness of a car. Like I like having a car just cuz
I like driving a car.
Yeah, so do I.
But I do like sitting in a SUV.
Yep.
Like I don't mind. Like I actually like driving an SUV probably slightly better.
Yeah.
But I like the smoothness of driving a car.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, this won't stay lit. Now I'm pissed.
No,
Nope. I'm over it, dude.
Lit. You got to get it lit. It's insane to watch you smoke this cigar. Get the edges of it. Yeah, the inside's already burned out. You got to get the edges lit. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I'm not actually smoking. I'm just kissing it. I haven't had a cigar in forever.
Yeah, no.
I think last time I had it, it made me a little dizzy. I had to lay down on the floor.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Well, and like if you smoke, like if I smoke a cigar 2 days in a row, my stomach starts to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So I try to limit myself to like 1 or 2 a week, but then I space out the days a couple days because like I said, my mouth gets a little bit burnt.
Yeah, I'm good. Like one a month is probably my max.
Yeah. Well, I'm for sure bringing cigars up for
But
boys'
I
weekend.
love the act of smoking a stogie. Like
Mhm.
I love the habitual nature of
We've
it,
talked about
having a
this.
conversation. But I hate the smell.
Yeah.
I love the smell when you're doing it. Pause there for that's what she said jokes. But I love the smell when you're doing it. But it's as soon as you're done smoking it, it's disgusting. It's so strong.
See, I like the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. I meaning the aftertaste.
Yeah.
I hate the aftertaste.
Yep.
Like the next morning you wake up and you feel like your mouth's all dry and you've smoked a cigar.
Yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
don't like.
especially if you're hungover too.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bring a stogie for next weekend?
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, I'll bring a couple just in case. I know that
We could have a good bonfire next weekend.
I know the old guy won't want one, but maybe Big Dog will.
Yeah. You guys can share it. You'll get Corona.
Yeah.
If we were really on top of it, we would have gotten him a Corona Survivor T-shirt.
Could have made him a Furry Turkey Corona Survivor T-shirt.
It's too late now, but we still could.
Still could.
I was thinking about it right now though, like dark green. That sounds cool, but what'd be cooler is like a Furry Turkey orange wrap on that truck.
Yeah, I mean the place that I'm gonna go get the windows tinted if I get it.
The white Lemmy coming over the back wheel cap.
Yeah, it'd be really cool, except for the fact that wraps are $5,000.
Whatever.
Not worth it.
Expensive.
Not worth it. Just build it into the loan of the truck.
Yeah. That's like $12
that's
a month,
idea.
dude.
That's a good idea. That's a super good idea.
I can get you on a good 15-year loan for that truck. Good APR.
Just take out a mortgage for the truck.
Yeah. I mean, you could live in it.
That's you're not wrong. I mean, get a topper, live in that bad boy. Toppers are expensive too. Everything's expensive. Who
Also,
am I kidding?
toppers are convenient.
Yeah.
Doubles your storage.
Not cool.
Looks terrible.
Not cool.
Hey, don't do it.
uh,
You should get one of those new Broncos.
those are so cool. I think Was it Brendan or Joe said that they've already applied for one of them?
Brendan did for sure. I
Yeah.
think Joe already has.
Oh yeah, he has a remade Bronco.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Brendan said he applied for one of those new ones.
Yeah.
And he's on the waiting list for it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are sweet. Those are so cool.
I like the older ones better though. They made these
Yeah, yeah.
too blocky, I feel like.
Yeah. The old one's pretty blocky, but yeah, they made it like a modern block.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the old ones are
It
pretty
looks
blocky
cool.
looking.
Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I like the older ones a
Yeah,
little bit better.
it looks like a two-door Tahoe, which Broncos and two-door Tahoes look very, very similar. They're made by two different companies.
Yeah, that's the other thing
reason.
too. I think maybe I only saw the 4-door Bronco because they ended up making a 4-door one too, where it's like a Bronco. It's 2 doors, man. Get a 2-door one.
Yeah. Broncos and two-door Tahoes look
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to Tiho. I wouldn't mind getting one of those someday.
Yeah. You said your next car would either be a Tiho or a 4Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4Runners are so expensive. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's why it'll be my next car in like 5 years probably.
Yeah, they're expensive. Because I saw
up
some just
for
when
it.
I was searching for them. Holy.
Well, the reason they're expensive, they're actually like brand new. They're not cheap, but they maintain their value so well. So even like used ones end up
Mhm.
being kind of expensive.
Yeah, any Toyota car maintains its value because they last forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they never break down. That's
Yeah.
kind of why. That's also kind of why I want to. Not that I'm gonna beat my car. I don't do any hard driving, but trucks are just kind of built to like get beat up a little bit, be kind of used hard.
Yeah, you don't
And
want
so
to
I
worry
don't
about getting
worry.
a scratch on your truck.
Yeah. And my car now, not that I'm worried about it, but it's just like, oh, okay, I want to be careful when I go over bumps or like stuff like that, where it's like I don't want to jar anything.
Yeah.
Whereas a truck, you don't necessarily worry about that because they're kind of built for that. So I don't know. We'll see.
You should buy a Cybertruck. We should jump it off the moon.
I don't think those things are ever gonna come out.
Did you see they sent astronauts into space yesterday?
Yeah. SpaceX, yeah.
Fucking sweet, dude. They did it. They got into space.
Yeah.
Now what?
Sweet. They're at the space station right now. It's so weird. I don't know.
I feel like I'm intrigued by space travel and figuring out space and stuff, but there's so many other things that money could be going towards on Earth here.
That's what I was gonna say, man. You know how much money we sink into NASA?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, at
how
least
much money.
now it's SpaceX is getting. I know they're probably subsidized, but at least it's somewhat of a private sector initiative.
As it should be.
Yeah.
That's what I think it should
It shouldn't be like purely. I get that why the government needs to do it because if other governments are, you can't not be doing it.
be. Yeah.
But I like that it's a little bit more privatized right now because I feel like the government can be putting their money that they can just print apparently to a lot of different places other
Yeah.
than space travel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, all right, well, the U.S. already dominates the world in pretty much
Now we need the galaxy.
Yeah, pretty much every category. Let's dominate space. Like, okay, I guess let's just sink trillions of more dollars into space. Okay. It's like people trying to prolong life when life's finite. Like, why are we trying to prolong life? It's just gonna happen. You're gonna live and you're gonna die. That's just that's facts.
Well, it's nice that we're not dying from like the common cold anymore.
Yeah, but you
So
know what
some of
I'm
that's
saying.
good, but yeah, those like extremists where it's like, oh, I want to live forever.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, dude, I'm kind of tapping out already.
It's just
Think about like realistically, if we die of old age, we're like a third or not even a third of the way through our life. Like that's a long time.
And you think about how fast years go by, and you're like, oh, but I still have
Do
a
you
third of my life.
Do
to
you
live.
want to go longer?
Yeah,
Like, no, probably by 90, I'm good.
and I think, and I don't know these people's perspective who have that, who want to live forever and stuff like that. Maybe because they want to, do things, they want to make changes. I also think part of it is for some of those people, there's no concept of an afterlife, so they want to live forever because they think this is the best it's gonna get.
Yeah, maybe it's a kind of fear of death
Mhm.
type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think part of it could be that, and then there's part of people that doesn't even cross their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Afterlife or anything like that doesn't cross their mind, or they want to live forever because they're scared of dying. I think some people, it's just no, they have so much more to do and they want to do so much more that living forever is the only way to do that.
Yeah.
I think there's two sides. I think there's a couple sides to it, but
Yeah. I bet you're right.
But I don't have any desire to live forever because I have different feelings about afterlife, and living forever doesn't sound awesome to me.
Yeah, I mean, even like,
Not that I want to die, but living forever doesn't sound awesome.
God, I almost even feel like if you don't believe in an afterlife, living forever doesn't sound all that great, you know? Like at someday, don't you just kind of want to turn off the TV?
Yeah,
Like at one
I've
point,
done what I wanted to do.
one point in the night, you're like, oh, I want to stay up all night. But at some point, you're like, oh, I could turn off the TV right now and just close my eyes and fall asleep.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's true. I think some people get there, and people who aren't even in pain, like elderly people get there and like, what else is there to do? Like
Yeah.
I've lived life,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I've totally done everything I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you kind of, at some point, you probably come at peace with it regardless of what you believe.
Yeah. I think you have to, right? Because then you're
Yeah.
always going to be resenting dying.
And some people get there sooner than others, too. I feel like a lot of the people that I've lost that have been really young, they've kind of figured life out. Like, they're always like, you never hear about someone that's just like kind of like schlepping on their couch, passing away early. I'm sure it happens and stuff, but it's like I feel like the people that I know that have died young, they lived life to the fullest while they had it. Whereas I feel like a lot of people kind of like wait for a long part of their life before they actually figure out like how to live it to its fullest.
Yeah.
And it's like like those people kind of figure it out, and they were probably, even though they were taken from us like way too early.
Yep.
They had kind of figured it out, and they were living their best life.
Well,
and sometimes it takes you to 90 to figure that out.
yeah.
You know?
Well, and you see the when those people. That's our view of those people passing away, is they passed away too early, and sometimes those people they didn't know that they were going to die, but they would be the person that would be the most at peace if they knew the next day that they were going to
Yep,
die.
100%. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
If they knew, they'd be the most at peace.
Yep.
But everybody who saw them die goes, "Oh, they were taken way too early," and it's like maybe they didn't think it that. Maybe they didn't think that.
Yeah, and they
wouldn't think that.
Yeah, they would probably think it to some extent like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to leave my family this early. But like at a personal level, they're probably like, yeah, I lived life.
Yeah.
I lived life every day to its fullest.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. That's crazy to think about.
I've had days like that recently where I'm like, I've been thinking about it. I was like, and it hasn't even been like, oh, this is the perfect day or this is the best day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is a really good day. If I don't wake up tomorrow, this is a good day to go out on.
Yeah, right.
Where it's like, it wasn't like the best day or I accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish in life, but I was like, oh, if I had to go out, today would be like a good day to have as my last day.
Yeah. I've had those days too where I've thought, not necessarily that of like, oh, that if I go out tomorrow, that'd be a good day to go out on, but along those lines of like stuff like this, like we're doing right now, or
Nope, this sucks.
What-
I want to wake up tomorrow.
of thinking, oh, this is what living is supposed to be. Like this is what living is supposed to be like. Like not like and some days even having a job and like doing the grind of a job is fulfilling to where you're like, oh yeah, this is a good day. But then there's other days where you're just doing things you want to do, and I think, oh, that's what living's supposed to be like. Like that's what it's supposed to feel like. That's the intention of it being of life.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think it's good to like, when you are having those days, you kind of think about it and you acknowledge like, oh yeah, today was a good day. Because I feel like so many times I just acknowledge, like,
You let them pass you by.
Yeah, you have these good days where like there's these average days where it wasn't like a great day or anything, but it wasn't a bad day, and you just kind of like, you kind of just go to bed and like, whatever. But it's like those are the days where it's like, this wasn't a bad day.
Yeah.
Like, acknowledge that this was a good day. It doesn't have to be the best day, but it's a good day.
Yeah.
And I feel like so many times I only acknowledge the days where I'm like, oh, today sucked.
Yep.
And when you look at it, it's like, 10 minutes of it sucked. But
Yep.
really, the rest of it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah.
And you get through, and I think as long as you, like, even if you have like a bad morning or a whole bad day at work, trying to get to like the spot before you go to bed where you're like, today kind of sucked, whatever, it's maybe a throwaway day, but find something good to be like, I I listened to like a fun song on the way home from work or
Yeah.
something, and that made me happy, or
Yeah.
had a good dinner, or got a good workout in, or
Yep. Yeah,
watched
dwell
watched
on-
a good YouTube video or something. Just try to find one positive thing from every day.
Yeah, dwell on the enjoyments of the day versus
Yeah.
the stuff that sucked. Because I mean, it's life.
Hey, dude, what are you doing? Oh, just dwelling on the enjoyments.
Yeah, hey dude, what are you gonna like? Hey man, you want to hang out tonight? Nah, I'm just gonna be dwelling.
On what, dude?
Just dwelling.
On the enjoyments.
The enjoyments of life. You know,
That'd be a good name for like a vodka company. Enjoyments.
enjoyments are dwelling.
Hey, how come that's not a name of a mint company?
Of a what company?
A mint.
I honestly thought you said MIG company. I was like, what is a MIG company?
No, mint.
What? Called what?
Enjoyments.
Enjoyments. Dude, there we go. That's our freaking that's our
That's our consumer product good,
yeah,
mints.
That's our
dude.
that's our consumer.
Hey, furry turkey, making people's breath not smell like turdsicles. Enjoyments.
Hey, have you been sucking on frozen turds all day? Have an enjoyment.
Pop in an enjoyment and enjoy your life. No one wants to enjoy life with a dirty mouth.
Enjoy it with a clean one. Well, that was like those
The
like those
Orbit
Orbit
commercials.
commercials. Yes. Those
Dirty mouth?
clean
Clean it
with
up.
Orbits. Brought to you by Orbit.
Yeah, brought to you by ABC Gum.
It reminds me of The Office when Ryan Howard comes in and he's like, "Eat fresh, eat fresh." Hey, I'm Ryan Howard from the Philadelphia Phillies. Eat fresh.
That's what when I was in sales, I would say, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what we're all about. Eat fresh.
You're talking to Quiznos. Yeah, that's what we're all about. Eat fresh.
Oh, what's Quiznos' slogan?
Hey, does Quiznos exist anymore?
Dude, worst sub company ever.
Does Quiznos exist anymore?
I don't know. I haven't seen them for a while.
I think my favorite.
Dude, Devani's beats Quiznos. Like, blows them out of the water.
Devani's?
You've never had a Devani sub?
No, never.
So good, dude.
Top 2 worst sub companies, because I can only think of 2: Quiznos and Firehouse Subs.
Is it bad? I've never had it.
Ugh. But I had it. I didn't have it.
Is that just a Minnesota company?
No, I had it somewhere else.
Okay,
I didn't
good.
even have it in Minnesota.
Good.
Why? Because you don't want to piss off any.
No,
Minnesota
I just don't want. I just don't want to
companies?
hate on local companies. You know, if it was just the one by my house, don't want to hate on it.
No.
But if it's worldwide, yeah, let's hate on it.
Yeah. I think Subway and Potbelly rival each other. I love Potbelly.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say for worse.
No. For best.
Potbelly blows Subway out of
Yeah,
the universe.
But
Not
this
even
is-
the water, the universe.
but this is the same thing as
if they found water on Mars, Potbelly would blow Subway out of that
This
water.
is the same. This is the same thing as the candy bar conversation.
No, it's different.
Yeah, because Subway.
To each their own.
No. Subway though, good go-to. You can't find it. You can't find a Potbelly everywhere.
That's true. That's true. Subway in a pinch is really good. You can always find one, and if anyone complains about it, it's like, yeah, it's not the best, but it's not McDonald's. It's not Firehouse Subs.
Yeah.
It's not Quiznos.
So top 2, like what I just said.
Yeah, I'd say top 2.
Okay.
Well, what other?
Thanks.
Well, dude, Jersey Mike's is bomb though too.
I've never had Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's is really
But
good.
would you chalk that as
But
the
I would
same
say-
as Jimmy John's? Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, same thing.
No, Jersey Mike's fucks Jimmy John's, dude.
And I like Jimmy John's, but I only like him for an unwich.
Dude, Jimmy John's sucks.
For an unwich though.
Unwich is good. Jimmy John's subs suck. Jersey Mike's beat
Hey.
quality wise beat Subway and Jimmy John's. Taste wise or quality wise, taste wise beats them. Convenience wise, you gotta have Subway in your top 2.
Hey,
but Potbelly's number 1.
Let's be
Potbelly's
careful
king.
though on Jimmy John's. You used to be an employee, so
For
be
four-
careful.
I got paid for 4 hours worth of work.
So
there.
be careful. Hey,
I
so
have
be
a- I s-
careful.
I never. Their taxes are off somewhere because I never cashed that $2.18 paycheck that I got
Yeah, so
after
be
they
careful.
deducted the hat and T-shirt.
Yeah, so be careful.
I never even quit that job. I had our friend call and quit for me. I go, dude, I'm not quitting this. Like, I don't have the balls to quit this job after working there for one shift.
can you just call my boss and quit for me?
You guys
He
got the job together.
And he quit for himself, and then he called and pretended to be me and quit for me.
Let's be honest. The only reason you got that job was for the hat and the shirt.
Yep.
And because he was working there. That's the only reason.
Nope, we got it together, and we both did it for the hat and the shirt. He never even showed up for a shift. I showed up for one shift, and they're like, hey, you have to memorize the menu and drive your car around and deliver these. I go, well, I'm terrible at directions, and my gas on my car is really expensive, and I'm not going to memorize this menu. So I guess I'm quitting. But instead of saying that, I went home and had my friend call and quit for me.
Can you imagine you hire these people and you think like, oh, they like really want the job. The manager hires you and they're like, oh yeah, these guys are gonna be good employees. One guy doesn't show up to his shift, and after a 4-hour shift, another guy calls in, has his friend call in and says, hey, yeah, this just isn't gonna work out for me.
Dude, the best was we had another friend that didn't apply with us, but we were like kind of hyped on the job for a little bit, and we were like, dude, you should apply. And he applied. He ended up working there for a year.
Who was that?
JT, dude.
Was that his name that we called him, or was that a oh wait.
Tommy B's kid.
Who?
JT, man.
JT.
Tommy B's kid, dude.
Tommy B?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he worked there for a year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he had the same boss that hired us.
Hey, was he still driving around that car? So he's getting the same gas mileage or worse that you were getting?
I think he was working in the shop.
Oh, so he wasn't driving.
Yeah, he wasn't driving. But he had that same boss that hired me and my and our other buddy. And
did you get hired to deliver?
Yeah. But that's not what I signed up for. That's part of the reason I quit. But so this kid, this other friend of ours ended up working there for a year with that boss that hired both of us.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy that hired both of us that we quit after one shift, Dimitri, his name's Dimitri. I'm dropping names here, dude. He got fired for drinking in the job. He had like a bottle of vodka stored
Dimitri
in the freezer.
did?
Yeah, he had a bottle of vodka stored in the freezer, and he got busted drinking on the job at Jimmy John's. It was this like fat, like it was pretty young dude. Like we were probably 17 at the time. This guy was probably like 22.
Do you remember?
Just a fat degenerate drinker. Just couldn't get through his management job at Jimmy John's without pulling from the vodka. Ended up getting fired. So I was happy I got to see that one through. Through our friend.
You remember our friend that used to work at sandwich place, and we would go in there and help him clean.
Jibs, dude.
And he would give us food because they throw away the bread.
When can we get Jibs on the podcast,
Dude,
man?
we would throw away. They would throw away the bread. We would help him clean at the end of the night. He would give us free cookies, couple subs. So good.
That's probably the only reason I still love Subway, because I got so much free stuff from there.
I was trying to leave the name of the place out of it, but yeah.
Dude, they have so many Subways. They didn't hire him under Jibs. And if they did, he hasn't worked there for 10 years.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, we're
yeah. I guess we couldn't get in trouble, could we?
We're old enough
Could
now.
we get in trouble for that?
Dude, we're old enough now where some of the stuff that we did in high school, statute of limitations.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
up.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be our problem either. He gave us the food. We didn't steal it.
Yeah.
He gave it to us.
He gave it to us.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
So he was stealing.
He also let us wear the workers' clothes and work the counter when he was in the freezer smoking cigarettes.
That could be one of the better stories of our high school careers, was that.
Dude, he pretty much ran the Subway and would just sit out back and sit in the freezer, smoke cigarettes with the crew, and then his friends would come in who just for free cookies, and we'd put on the clothes and actually work. Like we would actually like take people's orders and work because he wasn't doing anything. It was like, no one's working here. We need people to get their sub.
Oh. That's too good. That's too good of a story. Oh. Do you want another drink or a little bit more?
So I was just gonna ask. I'll do another drink, but I have to pee again.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's pause and do another drink.
All right. So I definitely want to keep going.
All right, I'm gonna put my.
So I was just taking a urine, and dude, it's the hardest bottle to pour out of. It's so thick. It's a nice thick tip, which makes it hard to pour out of. Matthew McConaughey, nicely done, except for the pour. But good whiskey. What, Long Branch?
Yeah.
That's what we're sipping on. Listen. That's a wild turkey sip for you. Long Branch.
That's crazy. It's a way different flavor than wild turkey is, because I do not like wild turkey. Like, just the regular wild turkey, not a fan. This stuff's pretty good.
Just mid-podcast protein bar for you.
What the fuck? Yeah. I'm hungry, dude. I haven't eaten anything all day. I was wondering why I was so far away from the table.
And we're back, dude. So I was taking a urine, and I noticed that you guys have a plunger in there.
Yeah.
Probably too small of a plunger for the shits that you guys take, though, huh? It looks like a plunger that band students use on their trumpets to mute the sound. You need a full industrial one for the shits you guys are taking.
You just gotta get some. You just gotta get some shoulder action into it. If you, I mean, this is hard to watch. You with that cigar.
I'm a seasoned vet, dude.
I've never seen someone struggle so much with a cigar. Probably why you don't smoke them very often, huh?
No, I think you nailed it, though. I'm not lighting the sides of it enough.
Yeah, because the middle's already burnt. You gotta light the edges of it. Keep it lit. It's a little bit hard too, because those cigars from that place come out a little bit more moist than I would like.
Yeah.
Usually I like them a little bit more dry because they stay lit better.
Well, it's hard, too, with just a Bic lighter. You need, like, a torch or a match or something.
Yeah, torches are nice, but definitely not investing in one of those.
Nope. Hey, maybe someone will get it for you as, like, a wedding gift or something.
Nah. No thanks.
Maybe not. I mean, you need something to put with your golf clubs.
No, hopefully I don't get golf clubs. Hopefully I get a handgun. That would be sweet.
I learned a new skateboard trick. Taught myself the other day.
'Kay.
Front shove.
What is that?
So instead of the shove-its I've been doing, you're kind of flicking it with your toe
Mm-hmm.
and spinning it behind you. This one, you're spinning the board to your like front side. So you're kind of you're with your back foot, you're shifting it that way, so it's spinning out this way.
Forward, yeah.
But you almost, even though you're shifting it in front of you, the board goes backwards. So you have to like backseat it a little bit, and you're landing like you're almost jumping backwards
So
to where you were.
So you have to push it back with your front foot and forward with your back foot.
You kind of just keep your front foot on it,
Okay.
and then you're bringing your back foot back to where you're ending up landing.
Yeah.
Which is like a few inches behind from where you started.
But like you're pushing with your heel on your
Mhm.
back foot. Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
And I just kind of taught myself, and I got frustrated with shove-its because I kept landing on the wheels, landing primo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can't get that flick down, but for some reason I can get this front flick down a lot smoother.
So you can do it pretty consistently.
I can flick it around pretty consistently and land my front foot on, one foot off.
Yep.
And I've landed a couple times both feet, but I can do it super consistently with one foot.
Have you tried a kickflip yet?
Yeah, but not seriously.
Yeah. Not fully committed to
Yeah.
where you could roll your ankle.
No. And my ollies just aren't to where they need to be in order to do like a kickflip yet.
Okay. How high do you have to be able to ollie to do a kickflip?
It's not even really about how high. It's just consistency. Like, I need to get good at doing ollies while like rolling and stuff, and and I'm getting there. Like my flat ground ollies are getting a lot better and more consistent, landing over the board. Whereas before, I think it's something to do with like snowboarding or surfing, where a lot of my weight's on my heels a lot of the time.
Yep.
And with skateboarding, that just puts you. I can do these things, but then I like step off the board right away. So it's like kind of retrain my body to stay over my
yourself more and over the board more.
Yeah.
Versus like on a snowboard, you can kind of backseat everything because you're attached to it. But on a skateboard, if you're not very focused on having your weight over the middle of the board,
Yeah.
you're gonna go one way or the other pretty quick.
Maybe that's a good way to describe it, because I feel like that's why, like, I have done snowboarding maybe twice in my life, but I think when I've snowboarded before, because of playing the sports that I have, I'm so used to always being on the balls or toes, so I'm so used to sitting in front, so I've never been able to understand how to, like, kind of sit back, whereas, like, with wake surfing, I can do wake surfing because you really do have to be on the balls and the toes and your
Yeah.
toes.
Mhm.
You're not sitting on your heels. You can't sit on your heels.
Yeah. Whereas, like, that's a good point, too, because snowboarding, I always had to crank up my bindings, whereas essentially forcing me forward a little bit
Yep.
to make my toe side turns easier.
Yep.
Where you can essentially jack your bindings, so you're, like, they're pushing your ankles forward a little bit.
Yep.
And so that when it's, like, less movement to get into the point of a toe side turn where you're just kind of there already. Because I think naturally I'm just, like, back here. So I did that so that I'd have to go up less
Yep.
in order to do, like, a toe side turn. And then I'm just back to even, like, a lot quicker.
Well, and that would make sense too in terms of, like, watching you run. You run. No. I mean, seriously, it would make more sense, like, watching you run, because you run a little bit more on your heels.
Do I?
Yeah. Whereas, like, you're touching your entire foot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I have a very hard time touching my entire foot. I can I get very uncomfortable when I have to touch my entire foot when I'm running slow, because I'm used to just, with football,
Yeah.
sprinting all the time, so you're always running
Yep.
on your toes.
Hey, not a sprinter. I don't sprint.
You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though?
I'm a
That would
sloth,
make
dude.
sense.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Because I never had, when I snowboarded, I never had issues with turning toe side. It was always heel side. I always had problems. Like, I'd
really?
always fall over.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't used to it sliding out from under me on my heels.
Oh, yeah.
I was very comfortable, though, like, pushing for my toes.
Yeah. See, I'm in the exact opposite.
That's so crazy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's weird, though, surfing, I'm, like, the exact opposite. Like you were saying, like, and maybe it's just the way I learned how to wake surf.
Yep.
I'm good at digging my
Yeah.
toes in and being there. I can't surf a wave heel side where you're digging your backside in.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can do that. Like our buddy JT,
I
he
couldn't
could
do
do
that.
both ways, easy.
Yeah. And there's some people that are just gifted at
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah, because I definitely, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could surf heel side. Maybe I could. I don't know.
I went on the most enjoyable skateboard ride of my life yesterday, though.
Really?
I went. There's this park up by our house, and I kind of take the streets up onto the sidewalks.
Townhouse.
Yeah, townhouse.
Yeah.
And then I go up into this park, and then there's like walking paths along the park.
Yep.
And I usually just make a loop. I go up to this little by the baseball fields, go up to this little pavilion.
My brother had his graduation party there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I go down from this pavilion, bomb this hill, go up, and I usually call it a lap and go home then.
Yeah.
Yesterday, there's a beautiful day out. I was like, I'm just gonna go this other way, and I bombed this hill, and I just rolled down the sidewalk and went down, and then I there's like tennis courts, and it's all downhill, and those tennis courts lead down to like this parking lot that goes downhill into this like underground tunnel area.
Yep.
And that tunnel brings you across the street to the lake. Well, I started on that hill up by the park, and I went all the way down to the lake without having to push. I just
Yep.
bombed the hill and had enough speed where it carried me through. It was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
Just not having to do anything, just sit there and ride. It felt a lot like snowboarding.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn tricks and stuff, and I feel accomplished with what I've learned so far, and I want to keep going. But that type of ride is what I wanted to get a skateboard for.
Yeah.
Just wake up on a Saturday, beautiful day out, and just have an excuse to go and enjoy being outside.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
was
why
so
it'd be nice for
freeing.
you to like you said, like getting a short longboard.
Yeah, like
Like
a
that,
little
yeah.
cruiser board.
Yeah, like for
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was by far the best ride that I've had so far.
It's crazy to watch too. Those boards roll forever. Even if you push just a couple times, just with the bearings and the wheels they have on them,
Yeah.
they roll for so long.
Well, and even like that little like stretch that I did, I have one bearing that's pretty fucked up right now, where like 3 of my wheels roll really well, and then
Yeah.
one of my back wheels just stops after like, it's like if I like kick my board and pick it up so you can see all the wheels spin.
Yeah.
all the wheels will spin for like 20 seconds, and then that one back wheel spins for like 8.
Oh, okay.
So it's like pretty
Yeah.
diminished.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out how to either replace or clean that bearing.
Yep.
But even with that, you just cruise, man. I like it. Kind of made me glad that I didn't buy a longboard. It really made me glad that I didn't buy a longboard. 'Cause one, couldn't learn the tricks that I want to do on a longboard. But two, it's like a longboard would fucking cruise on that, dude. I don't know if I'm ready for that type of speed.
It's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, granted, you feel a little bit more comfortable and you don't get like as wobbly on a longboard.
Yep.
But man, I'm cooking on the skateboard,
Yep.
and I'm in control. Like, it feels good.
Yep.
But it's fast, man. Like,
That's where
it's-
I always
I'm
got
not like a
uncomfort-
speed demon or anything, but it's like it's fast enough for me. I don't need to go faster.
That's why I always got uncomfortable riding a longboard, because I did it like a little bit in college just for fun, and like that's where I got uncomfortable because you go so fast.
when you can't just pop up your tail and
No.
speed check a longboard. You
Yeah.
gotta like jump off.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we go down these hills and there's like cars coming. I'm like, well, I'm not good enough to like get out of the way. I'm
Yeah.
going where I'm going.
Yeah.
I can't get out of the way.
Yeah. That was I went through that tunnel and there's like a little street that going in the park where people can go park up by the
Yeah, yeah,
playground
yeah.
or whatever. And there was a car coming. I was like, I was like, going slow enough where I just put my foot down and stopped. But I was like, oh god, if I was cooking, that would have been kind of scary. Like,
That's how I always felt on a snowboard because I just couldn't figure out like how to control it. So like going up the rope pulls and you
Oh,
got
yeah.
1 foot in and 1 foot out.
yeah, that's
Oh,
hard.
dude, I almost took somebody's head off. They were
Oh, yeah.
sitting right next
Dude,
to it.
tow
and-
ropes are the dangerous thing ever.
Dude, and there was a guy sitting right next to it, and I was like, okay, I was thinking in my head, okay, just don't hit him, don't steer towards him, don't steer towards him. I couldn't help it because I
Yeah.
didn't know how to control the board.
Yeah.
So I literally went right for him and had to jump over him with the board on my foot.
Yeah.
Like almost took his head off because I just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it's hard, especially with just 1 foot in.
Yeah.
I miss snowboarding though. I gotta get out there this winter.
You're going to try to do it? Try to do it more at least?
Yeah, I mean I can do it.
No. I know that. I mean, like, try to do it more
Yeah.
than you have done
Well,
it in
I
the
think-
past.
I don't know. Maybe I think I'd like to like save up and go out to Colorado,
Yep.
and then that would give me incentive to spend a little bit of money and go out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This might. Hold, let me check my phone quick.
Just checking the tow fees in Colorado quick or what? Yeah. Yeah, I think because it's crazy how expensive it is out here, but they can also charge those prices because there's nothing else. There's nowhere else to go snowboard. There's nowhere else to go ski. You just have to go to these hills where there's pretty much nothing else. There's not like a multitude of mountains where you can just pick. They still charge a lot.
It's not cheap, and then one of the last times I went in Minnesota.
Oh, and the runs last for 2 seconds.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. I took my GoPro out there. My sister was like teaching at like a ski company,
Mm-hmm.
and so me and my dad went out and met her for like their family fun day or whatever. And it was just like southern Minnesota or northern Minnesota or whatever, like an hour from here. I had my GoPro on. I turned it on at the top of the run, turn it off at the bottom of the run. It was a really busy day.
Yeah.
We were out there all day.
Yeah.
Me and my dad went in for a beer at like noon for like an hour, took a lunch break. Guess how many hours of footage I had?
Not even an hour.
12 minutes, dude. 12 I recorded all my runs 12 minutes for 8 hours of driving and
Yeah,
It's
It's not worth it.
12 minutes.
It's not worth it for how much money you have to pay. It's
Spend-
not worth it.
And it's not even the chairlift, dude. It's the line that you sit in. Because if you're at a Minnesota hill on like a normal to slow day, you can get 50 to 60 runs in if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe that's exaggerating. 30 to 50 if you're
You get
really
a lot in.
if you're really cooking, you can get a lot in. And they go fast because the hills aren't that long. But then you essentially, the perfect day is when there's like 10 people on the hill, and you go all the way down.
There's no line.
And you can cruise through down the hill all the way through the chairlift line on strap as the chair's coming up, and you skate up to the chair
yeah.
where you don't even have to like really
Yep.
slow down. You
Yep.
just cruise right through the line and get right up and go again.
Yep.
This time, like the lines were like you'd wait in line like 15 minutes to get on the chairlift.
It's not worth it for how much money you have
No,
to pay. It's
uh-uh.
not worth it. Especially with how short the runs are. It's just not worth it.
I don't know how. I mean, obviously they stay in business because they charge a lot. Enough people will go. But dude, it's once you go, to like a mountain and ski,
Yeah.
it makes it very hard to go to a hill and ski.
Well, yeah, because you're going it takes you hours. If you go to the top of the mountain, it takes you hours to get down. Whereas here, it takes you 30 seconds to get down.
Like one run in Colorado can be a day of snowboarding.
Yeah.
Like if you like last time I was out there, I went to Vail, and I was with this crew they had some really good snowboarders in their crew, but there's a lot of newbies in the crew.
Yeah.
And they were all like really good friends, and me and the wife were kind of like we were work friends with a couple of them.
I remember that. Yeah.
And the work friends that we had were awesome, and a lot of the guys that are friends with the work guy they went with are fucking awesome, like ex-military guys, just cool as shit. But there's a few newbies where they're kind of slowing the group down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I taught snowboarding. I love to see new people snowboarding. I love to see people learning. But when you don't get out west a lot,
Yeah.
and you spent quite a bit of money to get out there, it was sayonara. I'm going to the top of the mountain, and I'll see you guys at lunch.
Yeah. Right.
But I went up to the back bowls there, and you take probably 3-4 chairlifts to get to the top.
Yeah.
And you have to like navigate your way down to the next chairlift to go. So you go up, you go a little bit down and further up, a little bit down, further up, a little bit down, further up. And by the time you get to that top chairlift, you're not even going down to that first chairlift that you hit ever till the next day. You're never going to the bottom of the mountain again. You get to like the top of the mountain or the part of the mountain that you want to go, and a run between like the top chairlift and the second top chairlift is like 5 times a Minnesota run, and there's like 3 or 4 more chairlifts to go down. So you take a run, like you go to a back bowl and take a run to one of those like ancillary chairlifts that is like kind of halfway down the mountain or on a different side of the back bowl, so it's like kind of your only way back up, and then you got to go over to the other side to get down to like the main part of the mountain. You take one of those runs, it's 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember on spring break, me and buddy went out to Steamboat, and the last run of the day was always, like, a 45-minute barn burner, where you're just, like, you're kind of tired and exhausted, but it's still fun, and you're just like, all right, last run, let's get to the hill, get to the bottom, let's get to the bar, no injuries,
Right.
pitcher of beer waiting for us.
Right.
That's always, like, one of the most fun runs of the day.
Yeah. I can't imagine doing that, being able to drink.
It's hard. You don't want to drink a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's not even the drinking where it's like, oh, I don't have control of my body, because a couple beers in, you're a little looser, the falls hurt a little less, you're like a cat when you fall, so you get hurt a little bit less, and obviously you don't want to be drunk.
Yeah.
But the kicker is the dehydration out there.
Oh,
So if you're
yeah.
drinking, you get dehydrated so quick.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I was thinking about when I had to pee. I was thinking about I got to train my
Was your
bladder.
pee orange or
No,
what?
it was crystal clear, but I was thinking about when we make it big and Joe invites us on a Spotify podcast,
Yeah.
I got to train my bladder, man. Or I'm just going to go into that show super dehydrated and like probably on my deathbed, and he'll be like, dude, what the fuck's the matter with you? Why do you look so dry? I go, I haven't peed for 6
Why do you
weeks
look
prepping
so
for this.
dry? Why do you look so dry? Yeah, that's gonna be when Joe's 85.
Yeah. He'll be like, oh, you young whippersnappers.
Joe's gonna be peeing every 5 minutes at that point.
You know what's weird to think?
I've already trained my bladder. As you can tell, I haven't peed yet.
You know what's weird to think? He's my mom's age.
Why is that weird?
Because it's just, I don't know. It's just weird because he seems like this far off, like, entity almost.
Yeah.
He's my mom's age.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem older than that or younger than that, but it's just like, it's a weird, like, kind of point of, like, perspective where it's like, oh, he, like, grew up with the same generation that my mom grew up.
Yeah, I guess I haven't thought about it.
He's much more a hippie than, like, the rest of my mom's generation. Like, that generation's very, like, Reaganite.
Yeah.
Penny loafer. Boring is what I'm trying to say. Boring. Judgmental and boring.
Yeah, I guess I haven't thought about I don't know, I've never thought about it. I think it's interesting that he grew up in that generation and still stays relevant with different things that are going on today, and
Well, think
and
about it. Like,
talks about things that are going on
would
today.
you listen to my mom talk for 4 hours every day?
She stayed relevant, you know.
But she, like, you know what I mean? Like, it is crazy. He reaches the same audience that
Yeah.
Shaw reaches on Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah.
And he reaches other people because of his different interests and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Do you think he reaches people in his generation?
I think so, yeah. I mean, my dad listens to his podcast every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's what's so cool about Rogan is he has so many different interests where it's like I listen to almost every episode because I just like his show and I like hearing all the different perspectives and hearing all the different interests, and that's how I've gotten interested in a lot of different things. But there's people that just pick and part, you know, parse
Pick which ones they
yeah,
wanna
parse
listen to.
out which ones they want to listen to and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's a good point. Yeah, he
you
does-
kind of even do that, I feel like.
Yeah, I like to listen to all of them. I probably listen to less of the comedian ones than anything else. I probably listen to less. Because he has so many comedians on, I probably listen to less of those than all of them.
I tried to just fire on the microphone and didn't register, but my mic still smells, so I lose in that situation.
It's a nice smell for you.
Yeah, it's fart mixed with cigar.
Yum,
Now I just get to taste that the rest of this
Yeah.
episode.
yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, I think I like listening to the really intellectual people on his podcast. I like listening to the UFC ones and the intellectual ones. I don't go much in between that though, in terms of the people that he has on. I think the intellectual people are so interesting to listen to. They have so much to say. And the crazy thing is a lot of the time, because it's within Joe's interest, he knows a lot about it and can ask a lot of intelligent questions, whereas I think you have a regular interviewer who doesn't know anything, so they ask really baseline questions and they really force the interviewee to go into a lot of depth, whereas Joe pulls a lot of depth out because he can ask a lot of intelligent questions.
That's the thing. Like, I'm thinking about some of the people he has on. I find them super interesting, but I don't know shit about them. I wouldn't even know where to begin to ask them questions.
Yeah. And I think that's how a lot of interviewers have to do it, whereas he's very intelligent, so he can go into a lot of depth. Like he talked to a guy about consciousness, and he's a scientist who studies this stuff. I really like listening to it.
Was that Lex Friedman or was that a different one?
No, a different guy. I can listen to Lex. Lex is pretty dumbs it down
Yeah.
a lot and can dumb it down. There's other people. No, he's an English guy, an older English guy. Super intelligent.
I know
way
who you're talking about.
Way
yeah.
too intricate to where I couldn't understand what they
Was
were
that the
talking about.
Sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super intelligent. Where they can't probably could, but with stuff that they're talking about, can't dumb it down.
I'm surprised that's not a life goal of yours to become a knight and get a Sir title.
Never said it wasn't.
You've never told me about it, so I'm just surprised.
I'll get there.
I feel like you could be Sir Daddy Dirt.
Yeah, when I make $1 billion and kill you off.
That's what you get knighted for, killing Mommy Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and creating
Yeah.
the #1 podcast in the
Yeah.
world.
You're the MILF Slayer. You killed Mommy Mike.
Yeah, that's gonna be what I get my Sir title for. That's a crazy thing to think about, is all these titles that people in England have.
It used to mean so much.
It's like, oh, so now half the country has a title?
Yeah.
Half the country is royalty? Okay. All right.
It's so strange. And we do the same thing here with celebrity almost.
Yeah. They just don't have titles.
Yeah.
Well, they do. Actor, actress, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're just a TV star. Oh, this person's a movie star. That's a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. That's how it works.
Because
but it is with celebrity.
all the royal family and stuff. They're the
celebrities.
Yeah, they cover the tabloids.
Yeah.
Over there,
Right.
and then like Adele.
That and soccer players.
Yeah, Adele and J.K. Rowling. Both
J.K. Rowling's been pretty silent lately. I don't know if she's.
both smoke shows now.
I don't know if J.K. Rowling's really hitting the headlines lately.
Dude, I can't wait for her next book to come out. She needs to get cranking on these detective novels.
What, does she have a recent one that came out? Or what?
Yeah, she writes under a pen name Robert Galbraith. and she came out with this detective series. It's so damn good.
Really?
Yeah. She wrote it under her pen name because she didn't want anyone to judge her for the Harry Potter stuff.
Yep.
She wanted it to like just make it on its own, not on her like previous accolades because it's such a different genre.
Yeah.
And it got like accepted and published, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, it's me." But she kept like it's all published under a pen name still.
Yeah. So when did people figure it out?
I think pretty quick. I mean,
Yeah,
she had to
it's gotta
use
be
it.
hard
I
to
mean,
do that.
she probably used it as marketing too. But then she avoids the people that don't follow her on stuff or don't see her on the news or whatever talking about it. Like if you're an old 50-year-old dude in the bookstore, he could see that book or not in the bookstore, but like in an airport, bookstore too. But airport is the thing that I was envisioning in my head. He at the airport traveling for work, whatever. He's looking for a good airplane read,
Yeah.
and he sees a detective novel by Robert Galbraith. More likely to pick it up than like, oh, J.K. Rowling, isn't that what's on my kid's bookshelf with that wizard stuff? You know.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that she did that, and she's just as good at writing that as she is the fantasy Harry Potter
They
stuff.
all are, dude. They could all do that.
Yeah.
I think most of them could. I think most of them have a mind for that fantasy type stuff, and then a lot of them have minds for other things because they're so creative.
She wrote another one called Casual Vacancy,
Yeah.
and it was about, she wrote that one under her name, and it was about a small town in England, and it was kind of centered around this like open position on the city council, but it goes into like 3 or 4 different family stories, and there's like this kind of homeless girl whose mom is addicted to heroin, and there's this kind of well-up guy, and there's like some love stories in there and stuff, but it's all centered around this like government opening on the city council.
Huh.
It's a really interesting story. It's really well written. It's kind of reminds me of the book Little Fires Everywhere, which is a show on Hulu now.
You say it like I know it, but I
No, I know you
no
haven't read it,
idea.
but people out there have read it. That's one of my favorite books ever.
Yeah.
Little Fires Everywhere. It's so well written.
I couldn't tell you if a book was well written or not well written.
Yeah, and there's a difference. Like, there's books that are like well written where it's like a really good story.
Yeah.
Little Fires Everywhere was a great story, but the way it had so many characters and the way it just flowed, like you paid more attention to the way that it was written than you would just like a cheap mystery thriller, which is 90% of the books I read because I love those.
Yeah, yeah.
And not that they're cheap, but it's just like you get like some of them, especially like there's been a couple where I'm like, oh, did a 3rd grader write this? It's like, see Jane run, see Dick murder Jane, see Spot pee on the murder stain. And it's like,
I'd probably like those.
Try a little harder.
I'd probably like those. You can get through them pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe. You just need to like start with Goodnight Moon, and then work your way up from there.
Yeah, I just can't get into it. I cannot get into it. I don't have the attention span for that, but I have attention span for like intellectual podcasts. I just don't have the attention span to do books. I don't.
Well,
and I don't care.
You know what's funny too? I think I used books a lot to pass the time.
Yeah.
Now that we're on quarantine, I've barely read.
Yeah.
I used to read on the bus.
Yeah.
So my commute. But like in my free time, I don't choose to read.
Yeah.
Which I thought I was going to end up reading a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I still do. Like Saturday, Sunday mornings, I try to, like if I wake up like a little early, I'll make a cup of coffee. And instead of just like hopping on YouTube, I'll sit and read a book or something.
Hey, dude, I got a question for you. Just pause for a second. How fucking old are you?
If I wake up
I
at
think you should
9,
I think you should tell people how old you are. Finally,
30. Dude, I'm 30.
30 going on 56.
But you know what? Like you wake up, make a cup of coffee.
I don't know what.
sit
And I'm not saying that
outside,
that's a
read
bad
a little
thing.
bit.
I just don't know what. More because I'm a visual person and I don't read, so I don't know what that's like.
But I don't do that a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I thought I would do that a lot more.
Yeah.
So I used it more just to pass my commute time. But I still love reading.
Yeah.
I just like I don't make time for it now that I don't like have a specific time already made for it.
Right.
So it's like I feel like quarantine kind of puts everything into you. It makes it easier to prioritize things. And I used to think reading was like a big part of my life.
Right.
But it obviously really isn't. I still like doing it, but I just don't do it nearly as much as I thought I would with all the time that I have on hand.
Yeah, you'd think you would want to do it. You'd for sure think you'd want to do it more because you have more time, and reading takes time to get into like the depths of a book.
Yep.
You know, like you love reading, so you just get engulfed in the book.
Well, I think that's the other thing too. I'm not used to I do get engulfed in a book, but I'm not used to being able to get into a book for like an hour.
Yeah.
Because I read it at like 20-minute intervals.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like daunting to me to like be like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and read. Like, when do I stop? Like, I don't have a boss telling me when I'm done reading, and so it's like, oh, it's just gonna be like endless, and I'm gonna spend my whole day reading, and then I have a million other things that I also want to do.
It's a hard mindset for me to understand because I can't understand loving reading. I just can't mentally wrap my mind around, like you're saying, sitting for an hour, like you're sitting outside at a beach. If I'm sitting outside at a beach, I'm either sitting there and nothing, listening to nothing, and I'm just sitting there either like I don't even
That's
nap.
good too, though. That's like meditating,
like meditation,
and stuff,
but or just sitting there listening to music.
Yeah. But you know what? It's not about reading. Like I think you look at reading as more of an exercise because it's hard for you because you do have a reading disability. I
wouldn't say it's I don't like to say
is.
it's a disability. It's just like I struggle with reading.
Well,
It's not a disability.
but you have dyslexia. Like it's not
a disability. Though.
But you have a scientific reason that reading is not the easiest thing for you.
Yes, correct.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be
no.
Wasn't making fun of you.
No. I don't think it's making fun of me.
Yeah.
I just don't like to chalk it up as a disability because it's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
Other people have disabilities.
Yeah.
That's not a disability.
Yeah. So you have some limitations in your makeup that make it hard for you to read.
Yeah.
So you look at it as more.
And I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. And you look at it as more of an exercise where it's like you look at it as like, oh, gotta buckle up, gotta read.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I don't have that. I'm in for it not for the reading part of it. I don't look at it as like reading words on a page.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the story.
Yeah. And that's what I'm in it for. Like when I listen to podcasts and stuff like that, I'm more in it for the story, or I'm more into it for, like I said with the Joe Rogan stuff. There's sometimes where I just listen to it just to have something to listen to, and then there's other times where I listen to it because I intellectually want to try to get something out of it.
Yep. I see. I'm the opposite of you, whereas I can't listen to a book.
Yeah.
I listen to books that I've read before because I know the story, so I know where it's going.
Yeah.
But I can't sit and pay attention. I'm not an auditory learner at all.
Yeah.
Whereas you're more auditory.
Yep.
Whereas like podcasts, I'm kind of the same. Where it's a lot of times I have it on in the background. I'll pick up bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
But I still have a hard time listening to a podcast and getting something from it. Like I can, and I think it helps when I'm watching it on YouTube too, because I'm more visually focused then too. But if I'm just listening to it, I zone out and I'm in my own head, or I'm doing something or thinking about this, and I'll listen to like a book on tape or a podcast or even music. I'll go, oh, I haven't heard a single word for 30 minutes. And that's probably how you are reading, where you're looking at a page and you're like, oh,
I haven't gotten anything.
Yeah.
But when I listen to something, that's a good way to describe it, because sometimes I listen to stuff and I have to pause it because I'm catching all of it, and let's say I'm trying to like type something on the computer. I can't listen and type something on the computer at the same time because I'm hearing, like I've told Lady this, when she says something and I don't respond, it's not because I didn't hear her. It's because I'm genuinely not responding and acting like I didn't hear something. Yeah. And I've told her that I'm like, I'm not one of those people where like, a lot of dads do it. And you think all dads do this, but like it's a typical dad thing. They're sitting watching TV and mom says something and they don't hear it.
Hey, my wife does that to me.
No, I'm dead
and
serious.
It's not that she's ignoring me. She just literally doesn't hear me.
No, I'm dead serious. I hear every single word.
I'm the same way. I hear people all the time.
I hear every single word. So like when I'm listening to a podcast, I can't type something and be listening because I'm literally hearing every word, and I have a hard time typing because of it. Yeah. Because it's more auditory.
Yep. I'll have that sometimes where it's like I'll type what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But I can get past that. But then I'm not listening and typing. I'm just typing. And the listening's happening in the background, but I'm not really paying attention.
And I have a very hard time. I have a very hard time distinguishing between both of them.
I can't multitask. I can have stuff on in the background. I need stuff on in the background because it feels like I'm winning the day, because it's like, oh, I'm not working. But I'm not paying attention. I'm like
Mhm.
when I'm working, I'm paying attention to that, and when I'm paying attention to the stuff on the background, I'm paying attention to that. I'm not doing both at the same
Mhm.
time ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the crazy thing is like I don't understand how people don't hear. When I say what, it's because I genuinely didn't hear what you said and I'm asking you what you said. But when I'm not responding, it's not because I didn't hear you. It's because I don't want to respond because it's not something I need to respond to.
Yeah.
And there's multiple people around, right? And someone says something and it's like, "Oh, I heard every word you said. I just don't want to respond." You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's not like a yeah, it's not. It's the dad effect where they're watching TV and they don't respond because they didn't hear. If I'm watching TV, I still heard you.
You know what pisses me off though? When you say something to someone, they go, "What?" and
Answer
then
the question.
and then they answer the
Oh,
question.
dude, that
Hey,
pisses me
what
off.
did you need to say what? Or what's going on here? Because you said what, but then you answer the question because you
Dude,
heard me.
Dude, we had a friend that we grew up with. He did that. That was his immediate response. Was what? Okay, and then started responding.
Do you think it's like a nervous tick for some people?
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure.
I know sometimes I do it, I guess, and I won't register what they ask me right away, so I go to what, and then it like clicks with me. I go, oh yeah, I did hear that, and then I'll answer it. But it's just it pisses me off when I do it to myself, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just like, hey, either you heard me or you didn't.
Yep.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Yep.
If you actually heard me.
I said that to him one time. I said, "Stop saying what. You heard me.
What does his name start with?
Stop saying what. A T.
Okay. Does it rhyme with fart?
No,
Okay.
no. I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
But yeah. And, like we were really good friends. But I called him out on it one time. I was like, "Stop saying that, because you heard what I said.
Yeah.
Stop saying that."
Was it Travis Pastrana?
Yeah. You got me, dude.
You were friends with him?
Yeah. Really good friends.
Nitro Circus.
199, dude. 199.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
360.
I was the one who told him. I was like, "Hey, you should do the 199 because it's super unique."
Yeah.
Took my
Travis
advice
Pastrana was
clearly.
sponsored by Furry Turkey back in the day.
I feel like we're gonna become the modern day Monster and Red Bull without having any energy drink.
We're just going to deplete people of their energy.
That's what we're gonna be.
We're going to take your energy.
But they're willingly
Hey.
they're still gonna give us something.
Listening to these guys is exhausting. But let's have them host events.
And let's and let's still keep listening. People are still keep listening even though we deplete their energy.
Yeah.
They're gonna love it.
We're like an opioid.
It's so stimulating
We're a
that they
downer,
can't.
dude.
It's so stimulating that people can't not listen. So
I can't wait till we start our pure ASMR channel.
who's our first guest? Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, she's a ASMR queen.
I feel like that would I would either really enjoy hearing ASMR or I would hate it.
I've never listened to a legit ASMR thing. I've only listened to people that are like on podcasts going, "Oh, ASMR."
But you know how much I hate hearing people when they have a dry mouth.
Yeah, because
talk
you're a serial killer. You hate hearing people chew.
or chew. So I either think ASMR would be like super soothing or it'd be so painful to listen to. One of the two.
I think I'd probably like it. I'm a weirdo. But I think it's weird if you like it. I don't think you're weird if you like it, but I think it's kind of a weird thing to be into.
Yeah, it's
To
kind of like
each
being
their
into
own.
feet.
I still love everyone that loves ASMR.
It's kind of like being into feet.
Yeah, if you're into shrimping. Dude, my favorite thing on Instagram is
My favorite shirt already is our shrimping shirt. Whenever we come out with
okay, tonight I'm making that.
shrimping.
Yep, I'm making that. That's our 4th of July summer
Yes,
tee.
yes.
My favorite thing on Instagram is Austin Vanderford, Paige Van Zandt's husband.
Yeah.
He always posts pictures of her feet or like him rubbing her feet and
Mhm.
goes, "Where my feet trolls at?" Just trolling hard. Where my feet people at?
Who's the guy that takes videos of him getting like? He's an MMA fighter who gets videos of him, or has videos of him and his wife's just massaging his feet. You know who I'm talking about? He's got tattoos. He's got tattoos like all over his chest. You didn't like that at all.
I think you're talking about the guy I just talked about.
Is it?
Austin Vanderford, Paige Van Zandt's husband.
Maybe it is. I'd have to see a picture of him.
Yeah, he's got the big eye and lightning on
That's
his
who
chest.
it is.
Yeah,
Okay, that's who it
uh-huh.
is. Isn't he an MMA fighter too?
Yeah, he's in Bellator.
Okay, that's who
Yeah.
it is. That's who it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't draw the connection, but they'd say maybe because people were talking about it and they wouldn't say her name, but they'd say his name and talk about what he does and what he posts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. That is
Literally
so funny.
what I just told you.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Now it's more funny when I can draw the connection. That's why I think it's going to be interesting to see if people think you didn't even get you don't have the flame on it, dude. You don't have the flame on it. Get it closer.
I can't see it. I'm afraid I'm going to light my mustache
You're
on fire.
fine. Jeez. It's painful to watch. Get it closer, closer, closer. Yeah, you're not. That might be gone for you, dude. Sorry.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You keister.
You're like closer. It's lighting my hair
you're like,
on fire.
It's
It's
my
burning.
face.
It's burning.
Dude, if we had you on video, people would be like, I'm listening to that podcast just because that stupid ass face that he just made. He's going, oh God, my face.
My mustache is crispy.
My face hurts.
My mustache is crispy.
No, it's fine.
You literally had me burn hairs
You're
off my face.
fine. You're fine.
I'm fine, but I'm not joking. My mustache is
You're
crispy.
fine. Hey, are we stopping for boys' weekend? I always get paranoid about where we're stopping. Are we gonna stop at Cub, like we have the past couple times? I feel like that's the best bet.
Yeah, I think
Costco's just
if
too
we
much.
if we go up 69,
Yeah, Costco's just too much. Yeah.
Plus we'd all need masks for Costco.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Don't want to bother.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll go up to Cub, or we can just hit up Hy-Vee before we. Maybe I'll do that Thursday night. Just do we don't have to stop.
Okay. No, we'll take the truck.
Yeah, I gotta text everyone today.
No, we'll take the truck.
Yeah, take the Dodge.
Don't
Can't dodge it, ram
That's
it.
the thing is I can't get too excited. I just gotta be like, it's a car. A car's a car. If it's a good car, great, I'll get it. If it's
Yeah.
not, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you won't get it.
Probably not. Probably not. You're right.
Yeah. Should we wrap her up? Oh, that was nice. That registered. I like that. You didn't put it. You put the mic down there next time, so you
It's
can taste
hot.
it though.
It's nice and hot.
See, you want to taste that one next time.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner.
Yep. I think that's why I gotta go, 'cause I gotta go make the wife dinner.
So
Go-
your night to make dinner.
No, but I said I'd make pasta and pizza. We're going full ham, dude.
That's weird. That's weird. You guys don't usually make pizza.
It's been a while, actually.
You gonna sit and chill for a little bit and finish your drink or no?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
All
I
right.
think it was a good session.
That was really good. Good, beautiful summer day in the midst of chaos. Hope everyone's staying safe. We love you all. Go spread some positivity. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be coming at you next week.
Mommy Mike's monologue. Love you.
Soapbox.